edition of Talk Sports. What's up, Cody?
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
What's up, man?
It's good to be here. Good to be anywhere. I hate it when don't you hate it when they can't get your lid, when you give you a faulty lid on a drink?
It is annoying.
You ever have that happen? You get a faulty lid on your drink and you go to take a drink and pour half of it down your shirt because the lady couldn't get the damn lid on the cup because of a faulty lid. Yeah, what do you expect? That's what you get for going to Dunkin', I guess. Anyway, good day. Good morning to all, including the freaks. Good morning to Sam, who is back.
Good morning, Cody.
Sam looks absolutely exhausted. I imagine you are riding on fumes after the last handful of days.
Yeah, I'm a shell of a man right now, but we're up and at 'em. Rain this morning definitely didn't help. As that alarm hit, and it's like I look at the rain on my window, I was just like, God, I want to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get there. Feeling good. Good to be back.
How was your trip?
It was a good time. It's a good time. Fantastic weather out there. Saturday night at the casino was absurd. I was anticipating it, but with the waste management out there, the table minimums at the casino were ridiculous. $50 minimums at every table.
Oof.
Good Lord.
Couple $100 minimums on roulette and stuff like that.
Oof.
Oh.
Were the tables still packed?
Yeah. Oh, it was swamped. You could have fit another entire casino in there and had full tables with all the people that were just standing behind the tables. And everything.
Yeah. I was going to say, if the tables are still packed, I guess no one cares about the minimums. People are there to treat it like a party. Well, I assume you weren't playing $50 minimum games.
I was one of the 3 guys on the trip that was up money after the $50 minimum table night. So that felt good at least.
What'd you play? Blackjack?
Yeah.
I guess Blackjack's about the same, I guess. I mean, you add $20, $25 to the hand. It's not the end of the world. When they up the price on the craps table, that becomes a different story.
Yeah.
That almost triples the stakes on a given roll. But I guess Blackjack, you could somewhat handle that. Did you end up on the trip? Did you go back to the casino and lose the money?
I went back to the casino. I went up 400 that night, and I just threw that in the suitcase and was like, we're leaving that up. And then I just still lost $100 from whatever I was anticipating on losing anyway.
That's fine then. So you still came out a winner. I didn't know if you gave it back on the Super Bowl or
I didn't mess around with that too often.
You know, we didn't get a number on Bubba yesterday, but I'd imagine Bubba would have done some bad things to left Vegas up $400. It sounds like Bubba had a little bit rougher of an end of a trip for him.
Bad things, Bubba.
They stuffed Bubba into a suitcase in Vegas is what it sounded like.
Yeah, Sam went up that much. I went down that much.
Yeah.
It's better than being buried in a hole in the desert. Sam, this casino, was it in Scottsdale? Where's the casino?
Yeah, we went to Talking Stick.
Talking Stick?
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like a casino out west.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's right there in the area.
Yeah. I'd say 15 minutes outside of Scottsdale, maybe.
Okay.
Did you get the itch to go to the Waste Management on Sunday?
No, not really, honestly.
Okay. What'd you guys do for the Super Bowl?
Leading up to the Super Bowl, we just went out and had lunch at a bar, and then we basically just ordered pizza and wings back to our Airbnb.
All right.
So everybody just watches the Super Bowl at home, huh?
Yet they made fun of me for saying I did the same thing in Vegas all those years ago.
Bubba did the same thing. Watched it in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent $40 on a pizza. I said, I'm not going out to spend a minimum for drinks and food.
Yeah.
The bar that we went to before the game was just, obviously it was slammed with people. It's 78 degrees and sunny and people are wanting to go watch the Super Bowl outside, but the service was just so slow. We were we're going to die out here in the sun watching this game, cranking our neck up at a TV. Let's just go back and watch it.
Not worth it. Then they wouldn't have put Kid Rock on for you guys. You'd had to watch Bad Bunny. And you couldn't handle that either. Just, would you have a good trip at least? Everything good?
No, it was a good trip. Good to get away. Golf was hard as hell, but fun course.
Did you swim?
No swimming.
Neither did Bubba after saying he was going to swim in Vegas. He didn't
I thought our house actually was going to have a pool and it didn't. So one of the kids like brought 3 swimsuits. He was like, got it. On Saturday night coming home from the casino, he was like, I can't wait to jump in this pool tomorrow morning. And they were like, we don't have a pool, dude. What are you talking about?
That's tough.
Bathtub it is.
Yep.
All right. Well, Bubba, you good this morning?
I'm completely out of it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just exhausted. Forgot to set my alarm, so I was in a little 80s movie rush this morning,
What time did you go to bed last night?
like 11.
That's plenty of time to get rested. Some people can't handle Vegas.
Some people just can't handle anything.
Yeah.
I guess I'm one of them.
Well, fair enough.
Sometimes life is hard.
You know what I will say, though? Good for you for the self-awareness. You know, that moment of realization that maybe you're just somebody that can't handle anything. That's the first step to being able to handle it. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I wonder what the next steps look like from here, though.
The road to success all begins with one single step, Bubba.
As Pat Summitt once said, left foot, right foot, breathe.
There you go.
That's all you can do. Just keep moving.
Thank you.
Her team could sure use that advice, or maybe some even more advice right now. They're not any good at all. They need to fire that coach.
You've turned on Kim Caldwell?
Yeah, look, I like,
because like literally
some
last week
things
you're like,
about her.
don't speak bad about my girl.
That
I
wasn't
love
last
Kim.
week. That was like Monday.
Monday of last week?
No, it was like
Monday as in yesterday? Or 2 days ago?
Yeah. It was like,
Okay, well, either way.
2 days ago. Yeah. Wouldn't have been last week because that would have been before they lost the way they did.
They lost to UConn that way last week, too.
Yeah, but she didn't have the comments that she had this week. I was just joking around about not talking bad about her, because I like some things about her. I think she's very pretty, but as a coach, I don't think she's cut out. I say you just go hire Kara Lawson. It's pretty simple, easy fix. Just fire this coach and go hire Kara Lawson from Duke, and everybody will be happy. That's all you got to do.
So we've got our first Cody declaration to fire Kim.
You got to fire Kim. Yeah, it ain't working out.
Okay.
How bad do you miss the 78-degree weather, Sam?
If it had been really cold coming back, I would have been miserable, but it was 78 degrees at the Nashville airport yesterday.
Yeah, it was pretty nice yesterday, and the day before even was pretty decent. A little gloomy today, but, not bad temperature-wise.
We all just looked like the biggest out-of-state people in the world on that first day that we got there and went to go eat right after we got out of the airport, and we were all just in hoodies and long sleeves, just sweating our ass off, watching everybody else in a t-shirt and shorts walk around.
See, I try to fly. When I fly, I try to wear the clothes I'm going to be landing in. I try to dress for the weather I'm going to. Typically, you didn't do that. It's too cold.
I also just hate being cold on an airplane.
That's fair.
So I feel like I'm always at least in a hoodie. Maybe I'll have some shorts on, but I feel like I'm always at least in a hoodie.
Could you have worn a shirt under the hoodie, perhaps?
Perhaps.
I would have gone with just a light
or maybe
hoodie.
shorts under pants and just shed that.
I think I would have gone with shorts and a nice light inward half hoodie is probably what I would have gone. Now, some people don't like wearing shorts on an airplane, though. Some people are a little weird about that.
I wore shorts on the way back.
Yeah. Did you sit next to a man?
I sat next to a big boy on the flight out there.
Did your knees touch each other in the shorts? Because that's a weird feeling.
I was wearing pants at the time out, I guess.
It's a little weird if you guys are both wearing shorts and your legs are touching each other's for like 3 hours.
Kneecaps sticking together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if
it
gets hot and sticky and you guys are touching each other. That's when it gets a little weird and people are like, you're not supposed to wear shorts on an airplane. Now, I'm not saying I never do it, but I am conscious of it when I do.
It was a pretty uncomfortable flight there over with the guy that I was sitting next to, but I had a sweet old lady next to me yesterday, and I needed that for what mental state I was in.
Nice.
She had to hold my arm when we were doing the landing. She's like, "This is the worst part for me. I'm sorry."
Oh, I thought you meant you got scared and she had to hold you.
How old was she?
Probably in her 70s. Yeah. And she started holding my arm way before we landed. Oh. So 25 minutes left. She started bracing for impact, and then she probably held my arm for 10 minutes, and she was like, "I thought we were landing a lot sooner than this. I'm sorry."
She mentioned anything about a husband?
I didn't ask.
Yeah.
You know,
She just wanted to get next to you a little closer.
maybe. Nice lady.
You know, Kara Lawson has won 15 games in a row.
Yeah, well, she needs to be the coach. I mean, she's LVFL.
Now, I will say Duke women's basketball wasn't doing great in like the early December. You know, I don't think people would have been saying we should hire her when they were 3-6 and had lost 4 in a row, including, not to their credit, they lost to number 2 South Carolina, number 3 UCLA, and number 5 LSU, but they also lost to South Florida and West Virginia. They lost 5 of their 6 games. But then from that point on, they had a gut check, and they have won 15 in a row, and they are a perfect 13-0 in the ACC. So
You hire her because she loves this place.
including a road win at number 6 Louisville. How about that? All right.
She loves this place, and she's a LVFL, and she doesn't run the gimmick offense or gimmick system.
Fire Kim Caldwell per Cody McClure.
That's right. Fire Kim. Sorry, Kim. Didn't work out. I
She's
wish
a
it
new
would've.
mother, though.
Well,
You're going to take away a job from somebody that needs the money?
a lot of people lose jobs every day. It's unfortunate. It just is what it is. It's not working out. It's her, not us.
We could use a good firing around here.
She'll get a job somewhere, Bubba. It'll be okay.
A good fire.
And if you're so concerned about her well-being, why don't you donate to her relief fund when she gets fired?
Did you not hear what happened to him in Vegas?
You go buy some diapers if you're so concerned.
Did you not pay attention to Bubba's weekend in Vegas? Bubba doesn't have money to be putting up this woman right now.
Well, he made it back. That's what matters.
He's got to refocus and focus on his grind right now. He ain't got time to take any women in, especially no women, no mothers, no women with kids right now. Bubba ain't got time for that. Eye on the prize, brother. One step in front of each other. Of each other. Either way, you know what I meant. Let's go to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
You know, I don't know how serious Cody was, but a good firing would get me pretty excited. I had a great time with the Titans coaching search. We ain't had one of those at Tennessee in a while. How serious are you about being done with Kim Caldwell?
Well, you know, it's hard for me to say for her because I do like her in a lot of ways.
Yeah, you think she's pretty. Yeah, we get it.
Well, other ways too.
No, I don't think there's much else that you would like about her because you said you didn't like her gimmick.
Right.
You don't.
Well, this whole,
you took a shot that basically implied that you don't think she likes being here. So, like, I think the only thing
I didn't say that. I just said I know Kara Lawson does love you.
I think the insinuation is that you don't think the other coach.
Well, she's an outsider.
Right. Yeah. So you don't like that about her. I think really it comes down to you think she's pretty.
She's a lot like Danny White. She's a Danny White hire.
I can't imagine that's a positive for her with the way I know you feel about Danny. So
no, I like Danny sometimes. I just they need to have some pride in the product they're putting out there. I mean, I tell you what I mean is because I drive by the Pat Summitt statue, right? And I think what incredible things that woman did at this place. And I know it was a different time and a different era, and times change and things change, programs change, but there's really just no excuse for losing the way that they've been losing. I don't think you should keep your job when you're losing in the ways that they've been losing.
And by that, you mean just getting blown out?
Completely lifeless. I mean, it'd be one thing if they were close and they were losing. You know, it's clear that the team doesn't believe in her. I mean, she's lost a team.
Is that true? Can we say that clearly? I mean, they are 15-6. They are still 7-2 in the SEC, and they are still, I think fourth place in the SEC. They're not bottom feeders. They're not unranked. No. They're not struggling to make the tournament. They are still, before the Mississippi State game, they had won, 7 games in a row or 8 games in a row, and people were feeling pretty good about them.
Yeah, but they didn't play anybody. When you get beat the way that they did,
beat Alabama and Kentucky, who are both ranked. I mean, those teams were somebody.
You hear what you're saying, though. I mean, where is the standard? That shouldn't be the standard. The standard for this program is national championships, and that's it. Final Fours, and that's it. And it's been a long time since you were there.
All of that's fine and dandy. You could say that. But I think just overall with everything, we should have realistic expectations. I say the same thing about football and Rick Barnes and Josh Elander. Like, we'll discuss what his expectations are this year. But, like, I want to have honest conversations about it. You could say national championship is the expectation. That is what Pat Summitt did here. But it's been a long time since we won one of those. Like, I don't think that is the current expectation. I'd like to make a Final Four.
Well,
I'd like to get to the Elite Eight and feel like you had a chance to win that game. I would like to crawl before we could run.
I also said that. I also said Final Four.
Yeah, but I don't think national championship is the expectation.
You're not going to win it
now.
every year. You're not going to win it every year, but that should be the expectation.
I think Cody's pouring fuel to this fire because by looking at some quick, stats and math here, Lady Vols might lose, 4 of their final 7 games here. They've got a tough, contest at home against Texas.
Yeah.
They got to go down to Mississippi, who's a top 25 team to some.
The schedule
away to Oklahoma
what
and then
away
to LSU.
To everyone, they're a top 25 team. This isn't a subjective. They
have
a number next to them.
I was looking at Torvik for stats, and they don't
Bubba might have his own
ranking.
Fair enough. I'm looking at the ESPN just top 25. Okay.
Where are they ranked in the Bubba poll, though? Really
according to the Torvik poll, Mississippi
the Bubba poll
is 21.
I don't care about the Torvik poll. What's the Bubba poll have them at?
Ole Miss? I don't know.
Well, okay.
I'll give them 16.
All right. There you go.
Well, the AP gives them number 14, so you guys are close. The Bubba poll is – you split the difference between the Bart Torvik poll and the AP poll.
Some consider them ranked. Some don't.
Does Ken Palm do women's basketball? I never hear about Ken Palm doing women's basketball. It might be time to cancel him.
I think that's Kim Palm.
He does Olympics,
Kim
though.
Palm.
Yeah, might be time to cancel Ken if he's not going to give women equal shine. But no, Bubba's right. So you've already lost 3 of your last 4, including 2 just absolute blowout losses to UConn and South Carolina. And if you look at the last 7 games, you should beat Missouri tomorrow. But then you had Texas, who's number 4 in the country, at Ole Miss, who's ranked number 14. Texas A&M, you should win that game. At number 10, Oklahoma. At number 6, LSU. Home against number 5, Vanderbilt. So Cody might just be early to this party of firing Kim Caldwell because there's a good chance that these ladies don't have the toughest mental makeup. And I throw Kim in there too. The team, the players, the coaches, they might not have the toughest mental makeup. When the going gets tough, they might just quit. And right now the going's about to get pretty tough.
Yeah, but guess what? They got the second most expensive roster in America. So it just goes to show you can't just throw together talent. You can't just take good players and throw them together and expect great success.
No, we talk about the transfer portal. It giveth, it taketh away. Like you can find gold in it. But, for the Elite Eights Eric Musselman made, the times he missed in the transfer portal, it made him want to get out of Arkansas ASAP and get to USC and restart his clock. It is a dangerous game to play. Now, I will say, and this is maybe why I'm not immediately on the fire train, is that I think these girls might just be, with all due respect, ladies, if you're listening, these girls, for the most part, are just a collection of cast-offs. And I mean no disrespect about it, but like we were taking girls from different programs that needed playing time that could come in and play immediately. And we needed as many of them as we could get because Kim wanted to play 10 girls. So it's like, hey, yeah, we'll take you. Yeah, you do too. UCLA Clips, and yeah, we'll take your.
Well, that sounds like a Kim problem.
Well, I think it's a transfer portal. I think it's an instant gratification. I think it's guy on the radio screaming about how we got to win national championships problem, is that we do expect with an expensive roster and in today's transfer portal climate to be able to have more instant success than years past. I think all that matters. Now, is it a Kim problem? Maybe. Does she deserve a little bit more time to maybe get some girls that fit her culture, that maybe like her, that were recruited by her?
Well, they're going to give her another year.
They might not.
I mean, she'll get this, whatever happens this season, and she'll get next season.
I mean, she might and she might not. Like, if they finish the season losing 8 of their last 10 games, which is on the table when you look at the schedule, combine that with the team looking like it hates her and the fan base not really caring about her, I don't know for sure if it's a layup.
You've got that girl signed who's like a
Olivia
top 5.
Edwards.
Yeah. Surely you give her like.
I want to. I want
lose
to
that, right? Because then you're just back to square one if you lose her and you fire the coach.
Yeah, because Olivia Edwards is coming in as Nate Amen, or she's that level top 5 player. You hope that she's instantly impactful. You hope that she's more of the level up of Amen that's just dominant. From the moment she gets here.
I know that we're willing to spend money on women's basketball already too, but like in the landscape of just college athletics and everything like that, like are you wanting to go fire a coach, spend money on a buyout?
Yeah,
spend more money just to revive the women's basketball program type of thing.
And it's a funny discussion here in Knoxville. I mean, I've been having to have it for, over 10 years now at this point, of just like, you don't want to be disrespectful. You don't want to be disrespectful because of Pat Summitt. Like, her legacy here is very important to the University of Tennessee. Does that have to always be the case? And maybe it does. Maybe it's just like, yep, that she is on our Mount Rushmore. Pretty much any Tennessee sports fan who talks about sports, when you get to ranking people, she's always at the top. Always. And like, I don't think there's really anything that's going to change that. So like, do you owe it to her legacy to take women's basketball very seriously? I would say most people would probably say yes.
Yeah, I mean, she's 1A or 1B with General Neyland.
Sure.
They're the only 2 people that have statues.
Sure. I just don't hear many people talking about that were there during the General Neyland era. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of gotten aged out a little bit, which maybe that happens with women's basketball. I'd imagine Sam, Bubba, you guys care about it less than me and Cody, who cared about it less than like Russell, who was in college when the Lady Vols were winning, championships. doing the whole three-peat thing.
I mean,
like,
we were teenagers when they were winning championships with Kansas Parker.
No, we were, but I'm saying we'd care about it more than Bubba and Sam. We just care about it probably less than like Russell and people his age. Is what I'm saying. Is like the care is going down.
50-year-olds, man. I remember
it's going down on a slope.
I remember the pride I felt as a little fat third grader reading through that Guinness World Records magazine or whatever it was, something like that. And it had Pat Summitt in there right in the middle, most basketball championships. It was cool. It was cool to see.
Yeah, but see, now the third graders growing up, that says Gino now.
Yeah.
So,
and that's a problem.
That's my point is like
you got to get back.
My point was the older you get or the more the generations go, the less they're going to care. So, like, maybe this is a thing that gets aged out of. You had the big argument all off season. I mean, with the Lady Vol basketball team versus Tennessee baseball. We've talked about the everything school conundrum. Is it possible to do that? Maybe it's more likely at other schools that maybe have more aggressive money. Like maybe Texas Tech could say they're going to do that. I don't know if Tennessee can. Sam, how do you feel about Josh Elander coming up this year? Because baseball getting started on Friday. It's going to be his first season at the helm. Like Cody said about the women's basketball roster, the baseball roster is still one of the highest paid in the country, too. There's still as much investment here at Tennessee as there are at any other schools in the country. How do you feel about Josh in year one? Because with Vitello, I was kind of penciled into host a regional at the very, very least. Go to a super regional was my baseline minimum expectation.
Personally, I think there's just a lot of surface level excitement for me just with all of like the, most meaningful players, I guess, kind of the Vitello era, and talking so highly of Elander, and they get to the league and they say, oh, this guy helped my swing so much. He was a huge guy, like behind the scenes, maybe, even though Tony's a little bit more, kind of in front of your face type of thing. So like, I'm just interested to kind of see how that goes from just maybe being a behind the scenes guy to like a right in front of your face head coach type of guy.
Did you see that interview?
Christian Moore talking about
no. Vitello was talking with
I did see that. I had it saved.
Hutton and Withrow from Nashville that does Outkick. I saw Davey Hudson post it. So I actually watched it yesterday in here while doing some work. And I thought it was interesting. Vitello, when asked about Elander, was like, Elander is the hardest worker I've ever had, like as a player, like, in terms of just saw as a player. He's like, but he was like wired, but he was like Kobe because he's also like was the best player, was like really, really good. And like just talking about how, he thinks he's going to be special. And I think when you combine that with the money spent, like and Elander himself said it to his credit. He said, hey, you don't build this big ballpark and not expect to have postseason games played here. Kind of saying he didn't want to put any expectations on the team just yet because he said, hey, it's still February. We haven't even like really figured out our rotation or our lineups, who's playing where. Is Antigua going to be playing? Shortstop, what are we doing? Yada, yada, yada. But he's like, we're playing in a really, really nice ballpark. We got a lot of resources, and you don't build that ballpark unless you expect to be hosting playoff games. So to me, that was him kind of saying that's still our expectation to be here when June rolls around. Or I guess late May, early June.
I'd be thinking at least host a regional type of thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't scoff at not being able to host all the way leading into Omaha type of thing. But
being a top 8 team is a tough ask. It was tough for Vitello. Like Vitello made it look normal for a couple of years, but like top 8, that's a really, really tough ask. But top 16 is not. Top 16 is kind of, to me, the baseline minimum. And Vitello spoiled you there too. I mean, I know the first year we made the tournament, we had to end up at North Carolina, and then we had the one detour to Clemson. But for the most part, we were hosting a regional every year. Is that fair for Elander? With him never having been a head coach before, is that fair?
I feel like so.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think he's gonna be pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, you're still retained on staff, and you kind of have that mentality and culture kind of already set for a team that's won a College World Series and has been, again, as you mentioned, consistent with Tony Vitello. So
And
I think all the pressure is absolutely welcomed.
and the transfers. I mean, you have a roster. It's just been funny seeing, like, the first publication had us top, was it number 3, I want to say? And then, after that, all the top 25s have kind of had us down like in the 13 to 16 range, which is that cutoff, right, to hosting a regional. What about your level of excitement for the baseball season this year, Cody? I know you said it's a little early, but like, does Elander being the first year head coach, does Elander being the coach this year, does it make you more interested than you would if it was just another year of Tony for the beginning of the year? No, for the beginning of the year, just because it's unknown.
No, I'd still rather it be Tony.
But you're not more interested in it?
I'm just as interested. Part of it is the new ballpark. I'm
Sure.
excited about the new ballpark. Everybody wants to see the new place. That'll be cool. But yeah, it's like you said, it's early. It's hard for me to really. If Tony was the coach, I wouldn't be any more interested in it this time of the year.
Okay.
Like, I got to get into conference play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think that's wrong.
And that's just how I look at college baseball. I mean, even the year we won the national championship, I mean, I wasn't sitting there in early March like, look at this team.
I don't think that's wrong. Now, I will say, like, there is the little, detour that they'll go do at Texas where they'll play some big teams. I watch those.
Yeah, and I'll try to tune in.
I get excited about those. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're able to see that, I'd watch it if I was able to, so hopefully they'll have that televised somewhere. But even with college basketball, which I'm a much bigger college basketball fan than I am college baseball, I'm still not all that tuned in November, when we're playing the Sam Houston States of the world.
Sure.
I mean, I'll turn it on and watch Barnes and the boys, but I don't care if I happen to miss some of the Gardner-Webb game, So it's the same for baseball. Let me get into league play. Let's see how we do in these series this year. But yeah, I mean, my attention level will be the same as it was in year one as with Tony here.
And I'm interested how that progresses because it ties into what we're talking about with the effort to be an everything school.
Well, it all depends on how much success they have.
Money is obviously currency. Like, no duh. But, like, also attention is currency. And attention is obviously higher the more games you win. Whenever you start losing or being just a mid-tier, if the Lady Vols came out and were like a top 5 basketball team this year, I don't think you'd have as many people complaining about the money you spend on them. But the fact they're like the 20th team, so give or take, like, and the fact they're getting embarrassed in these big games that even the casuals might want to watch because you want to beat UConn or you want to beat South Carolina, when you're getting blown out in those, that takes away the attention side of the currency.
Winning is the ultimate currency.
I think Tennessee baseball is going to be in a similar situation where they've had to win at ungodly levels over the last 7 or 8 years to get the level of attention and buy-in and money that they've gotten. How much of an appetite do we have as a fan base and as a market if we're just a really good program? If instead of being a top 3 team in the country, or really top 2 for an extended period of time where it's just kind of you and LSU, if that's not the case and you're more to being just like the 12th best team, like the 6th best team in the SEC, what's Cody's grown kind of.
Then we have an appetite for destruction.
I think it kind of tells a tale of what I think most people will feel like. So in a changing college landscape where, you got to spend money, you got to invest big resources to be good at stuff, does that swing everyone's goal back to, like, hey, football is king. We like basketball. They're going to have a come to Jesus moment here in the next couple of years too. And when Rick Barnes decides it's time to not coach anymore, and Tennessee basketball is going to find them in a similar position where they have to get it right and have to stay interesting and have to stay winning. But it is this year more pressure on the women's basketball program, on the men's baseball program, in part because football isn't as healthy as we thought it was.
Well, and another thing is you talk about how you have to spend money. You are spending the money. And so if you don't have the coach right, it doesn't necessarily matter what money you're spending. Then you're throwing money away.
And we'll see with
so
Elander.
You have to have the coach right first.
Yeah, we'll see with Elander. I think at this point right now, if I polled the people that actually care, if they thought Kevin Caldwell was the right coach, what do you think that percentage is?
The people that care, as in not casuals, but like women's basketball people.
I'll throw I just the people that aren't rooting against them, because I don't think you really.
I'm not rooting against them.
Right, I was going to say
I never root against my team.
Well, I don't think you really truly care, but
unless they're coached by Jeremy Pruitt.
I don't think you really truly care, but I don't think you're rooting against them. I do care. I do think you want them to be good.
Yeah, I do care.
I don't think you actually care.
Well, define care. I mean, am I going to sacrifice my left toe for?
No, but you're not even going to go to. You're not going to go to a game.
What do you mean I'm not going to go to a game? I'd go to a game.
When's the last time you've been to a game?
To a Lady Vols game?
Yeah.
I went and saw them in the SEC tournament.
When?
Several years ago.
How many years ago?
I think I was 9 or 10.
Okay, yeah. So,
and then I went to several of their games in college because I was a credentialed media member.
You were working. But I'm just saying, like, you don't actually care.
Last time I paid for a ticket for a Lady Vols game, well, I don't know that I ever have. But I do care to watch them on TV.
Sometimes. You're not watching every game. And I'm not even putting you down because I feel the same way.
No, actually, I at least listen to pretty much every game.
Just for a little bit? You're not listening?
Just because I'm in the car.
Yeah, but you're not. Are you actively listening the whole game?
To see how they're doing.
The whole game?
No, not the whole game. Not the whole game.
Yeah.
No. But I check in and like if I know if they're in a tight game or if it's like I see if they won or lost.
Sure. And if they're in a tight game, because I do check their score throughout the game, and I do, on Twitter, you'll see people tweeting about it and you'll see the updates and whatnot. And if it's close, I'll watch the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But
if they're on a run in the postseason, I would be just as tuned into them or more than I would be with baseball. Like, it'd be pretty close for me. Now, I'm not going to travel to go see them.
And by travel, you mean 10 minutes down the road from your apartment to Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center.
No, I mean, in baseball, you host a regional, right?
Well, in women's basketball, you do too.
Yeah, if you're good enough, but it's not as likely that you'd be playing on your home floor.
Did they not do that last year?
The Lady Vols played on their home floor?
Yeah, they were top. Were they not a top 4 seed? Am I wrong on that? Because we made the Sweet 16, right?
I feel like we were on the outside of it.
Well, also, I wouldn't really.
Maybe 2. Okay.
I wouldn't really do it.
Maybe I'm thinking 2 years ago of Kelly. Maybe we didn't do it last year. Maybe were we at LSU last year? Or
I thought
UCLA
we were at
last year?
NC State.
We won. We beat them, though. Oh, but we were there. You're right. Okay. I guess we were a 5 seed last year.
And typically, I wouldn't really probably be there for baseball either.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference in that, I would say, is that the weather would be good for the baseball game, and you get to sit outside and be in a stadium.
That is true, and that is a nice perk.
Yeah, I like that more than sitting in a basketball arena.
Sure.
So,
but point being, what would you say? They're Ohio State last year. What would you say the percentage of people that think Kim Caldwell is the right coach?
I mean, it's hard to say right now that it'd be over 50%.
I think I agree with you that it would be lower than 50%.
Now, maybe saying fire her is a little strong.
It is, but also
maybe which I know they're not going to do. They're going to give her time to figure it out. But it's never a good sign when your team is just lifeless. Like, very rarely does that end up working out.
I think the right answer is that they're not going to fire her, but she's also not going to accomplish the ultimate goal here, that she's not the right coach. I think that's where most people are
problem.
Right now.
Here's my problem. It's nothing against her, or it's just she should have never been the coach. That's my problem, is that the way that you're perceived as a program, you should be able to hire anybody. When you're the place that Pat Summitt was at, you should be able to get whoever you want. Like, Kelly Harper never should have been the coach. Kim Caldwell never should have been the coach, because they should have hired Vic Schaefer back in the day, which I said for years. I said, you hire Vic Schaefer, that's the ultimate answer. They should have done it. Look at Texas.
Yeah.
What'd I tell you? Look at how it turned out. but they were too stubborn to make the right hire. And that's a problem. Part of it is political over there. You know, there used to be the whole thing about the separate athletic departments, men's and women's, and it's, you know, they botched it. Fulmer botched it, and I think Danny's botched it. We should never be in this position. They should have the top coach in America. Maybe not Don Staley. You don't get Don Staley. You can't get Gino, obviously, but you should have one of those 4 or 5 really, really great coaches. There's no excuse not to when you're the Lady Vols. That's the way I see it.
Sam, send us to break. We'll come back. We'll check in on the freaks over on YouTube. We'll continue the conversation. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
What's up, Fan Run Nation? This is Evan Rogers with ECR Total Landscapes. I'm happy to announce that our free stump grinding promotion for Fan Run Radio listeners is now extended to March 31st, 2026. If you've got trees in your yard that need to come down before they fall on your home, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes and mention you heard our ad on Fan Run Radio, and we'll get rid of that problem tree for you and grind those stumps for free. Call us at 865-384-2012 or check us out online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Elijah writes in, I'm with Cody. Our AD needs to quit hiring gimmick coaches and just hire the best coach. Well, I think we'd all agree, if given two options, hire best coach or don't hire best coach. I think we'd all say hire best coach. But what happens if you can't hire the best coach?
Well, I don't
Would
think
you rather have a B-level coach that you know is kind of a B-level coach? Or would you rather roll the dice on a gimmick coach that maybe leads to success? Alabama basketball hired a gimmick coach in Nate Oates, and I would say they've had a pretty good level of success.
Yeah, I just don't think we had to do that. Did we?
Tennessee football couldn't go out and hire a big-time coach, so they hired Josh Heupel, who is a gimmick coach. And, you know, I know we're not exactly high on Josh Heupel right now, but I would say he's had a lot more success than I thought he was going to have. And, like, if you put yourself back in 2021 mindset, I think that he has wildly exceeded expectations.
Yeah, but there's got to be other options. I mean, there's a ton of gray area. Like, we took a shot on a coach. Where was she at? North Dakota State?
No.
Somewhere like that.
No. I mean,
Kim?
I guess if you're going to say that Marshall in West Virginia is close to North Dakota State or whatever.
There you go, Marshall. She was at Marshall. I mean, could we not have done better than that?
In the Lady Vol landscape, maybe. But you weren't going to go out and hire one of the best coaches because who would that have even been? You weren't getting Don Staley. You weren't getting
what I'm saying. There's a
you
ton
weren't
of
getting
gray
Psycho down at LSU. You weren't
guy
getting Gino. The guy at Louisville. Yeah, maybe.
There's Kara Lawson.
Kara Lawson wouldn't have gotten you super excited 2 years ago.
There's Vic Schaefer.
She hadn't proven anything 2 years ago. Well, Vic Schaefer was
telling
at
you
Texas.
about Vic Schaefer for 15 years.
Well, yeah, sure, but he was at Texas last.
He should have took over after Pat Summitt. Should have went Pat Summitt straight to Vic Schaefer. You'd have more national titles by now.
Well, you're probably right, but like you said, they weren't going to hire a man to do that, and
that's where it got political.
Well, that's fine. I don't think anybody disagrees.
They wanted one of their own, and Kelly Harper was a god awful hire, just terrible, worst hire they could have made. Holly did what she could. She did what she could with Pat's players and had some success, but obviously she wasn't cut out for the long haul. Kelly Harper was a terrible hire. And then I think Danny White just needed to put his stamp on it, and it's going to be my coach, my decision, my way or the highway. Danny White.
Well, again, with football, do we not like the gimmick hire with Josh Heupel? Has that not paid dividends?
When it happened?
No. Well, has it not paid dividends? Because nobody really liked it when it happened, but has it not paid dividends? Being unique.
It did for a bit, yes.
Okay.
When you beat Alabama, that did a lot for the university.
Okay.
Yes.
So
is it still paying dividends? I don't know.
Sure, but I don't think it's also dead.
No, it's not dead.
He hasn't gotten fired. I don't think he's going to get fired this year. Now, he might play his way onto the hot seat this year, and maybe we're firing him in 27. But like I said, Josh Heupel has wildly exceeded expectations. He was a gimmick hire.
He has wildly exceeded expectations?
Yeah. We were supposed to win.
Is that not a bit hyperbolic?
I don't think so.
Wildly exceeded expectations?
I don't think so. Like, whenever you hired him, you thought, okay, well, this would be nice if we could win 5 games in 2021. This would be nice if we can get stable and just get back to some 8-win seasons. And he's given you 2 double-digit win seasons. He beat Clemson. He beat Alabama. And yeah, like, for a while you were at the top, maybe not the tippy top of college football, but you were back inside the top 5. To me, him having you ranked number 1 in the country for a little bit, a very, very, very little bit, to me is wildly exceeding expectations. Again, especially if you remember where we were in 2021.
I do remember, and I try to keep that in mind.
I don't think it's hyperbolic at all to say wildly exceeded
I don't know,
expectations.
with the wildly adjective added, maybe.
Again, number 1 in the country, beat Nick Saban. Scored 50 points on Nick Saban's head. If that doesn't wildly exceed your expectations, I think you're lying.
He's exceeded expectations. I don't know if I'd say he's wildly exceeded them.
Again, number 1 in the country.
Mm-hmm.
2 10-win seasons, something we haven't done, in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
You thought he was going to be an awful coach. Nobody thought he was going to do anything at Tennessee. No one was excited about that hire.
Could have pretty easily lost that game against Nick Saban.
Sure, but you didn't. You won.
You did. You did win.
I don't think anybody saw that coming. I don't even know if people would have bet it. Like, if I had offered you odds in 2021 that you get 5 years to beat Alabama, I don't know if you would have said that. I don't know how many people would have taken that bet that you would even beat them one time. You beat them twice.
It's always such a thin margin between, really good and really average.
Sure.
It's a thin margin.
Sure. Jahmyr Gibbs catches that ball. Alabama makes the field goal.
You could have lost to Pittsburgh. You could,
sure.
So many things could change, and you didn't. You won the 11 games. You had a great year, and I'll always be thankful. It was fun. But and then in 2024, so many things could have gone different. You were in some ugly, gross dogfights. Could have lost to Florida. Could have lost to Alabama, but you won them.
Are there any losses that we feel like we could have won? Because I don't know how many we have. I mean, I guess you could say like you could have easily won a couple plays away from beating Alabama on the road in 2023. Like, hey, if the refs don't call that fair catch, hey, if they call that holding on the long touchdown pass.
I feel like most of Heupel's losses are ugly losses.
And that is true. He has some really close wins that you feel like you survived. Georgia this year, of course, comes to mind. Like that's an easy could have been.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. Like Oklahoma, I think Oklahoma was one that you could have won. Like if you get one stop in the fourth quarter, if Van Dorselaer catches the 4th and 1.
Well, if one that
play
fumble
goes
doesn't
differently,
just go back for a touchdown,
sure,
or Joey just gets absolutely rocked,
sure. So like, I think those are equal to you saying you could have lost in 2024. You had a couple of games you could have won in 2025 if you want to play you were so close, coulda, shoulda, woulda game.
I'm just saying it's a thin margin.
Oh, it is.
A lot of times it's a thin margin. Sometimes between 7 wins and 10 wins.
Sure,
like it's not that. It's not that easy, but it's what is it they say that it's a grind? No, that's not what they say.
I mean, people do say things are grinds, but
but that's not what I mean. It's like it's a thin margin.
Roll of the dice. What are you going for?
Just every week is a dog fight It's
well said.
It's a thin margin. I think I had it right at first when I said thin margin. So what's the point? Kim, keeping her around?
I mean, the point is
everyone in the chat is talking about skiing because this women's basketball conversation has been so enthralling.
While I was trying to do it more of a macro level with coaches and expectations, you kept trying to bring it back to Vic Schaefer for some reason.
Should have hired Vic Schaefer.
Because you feel like you had a good take 15 years ago.
I did. I had it right 15 years ago. I had it right 10 years ago. I had it right 5 years ago. And now he's got Texas at the top of the country.
I was trying to talk, just about coaches and expectations. I mean, you brought up the Lady Vols too in the first segment. So, like, you're not going to point the fingers at me here, brother, because I was trying to talk more about.
When did I point a finger at you? You are so offended. You take such offense.
Yeah.
You take such offense.
Because
I said the chat is not happy about our enthralling conversation.
Right.
And you viewed that as me attacking you.
The enthralling conversation was clear. So what were you saying by calling
that as me attacking you?
What did you call? Okay, so you weren't putting down the conversation when you called it enthralling sarcastically?
But I was doing that us together.
Right. But I'm in charge of picking the topics. We know that.
Well, I don't know. You asked me what the topics were in the.
Well, I did ask you today. I wasn't going to say that, but you were also good with just sticking with this.
I said, do what you want. Do whatever you want. That's what I always say.
Right.
Why do you feel attacked?
Because you come on and you just try to unwind everything we just did for the last hour. Because
I was
arguing
making
about
a point that it's a humorous quip it's a humorous to me that the chat is talking about different places they like to ski.
Sure,
as we're talking about women's basketball.
Right. And then the enthralling comment. But I was just saying you're the one that kept talking about women's basketball. I was trying to do something on a larger scale, but you again kept wanting to talk about Vic Schaefer and what's her name?
Yeah, well, they should have hired him. I mean, I stand by that.
Kara Lawson.
Yeah, they should hire her next.
Yeah.
You don't have to take it so personal.
I was going to talk more about Josh Elander, but Sam's half asleep over there because he's.
Oh, yeah, we're not getting much contribution from the other side of the glass.
Yeah,
here.
the P team.
These guys are still out west mentally.
Some people can't handle traveling. Some people can't handle it. Hour one of the books.
I'm here.
You are here.
That's what I always say, too.
Yeah. Hour 2 coming at you. Stick with us.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life checking account from Citizens National Bank, offering extra benefits including bank travel. This September, experience the perfect fall getaway on the New England Rails and Sails Tour, or join CNB in October to chase the Northern Lights in Iceland. Get in on the fun by calling 865-429-7935.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
What Vanderbilt does well, and they do it very well. In fact, they are the best in the country right now at post defense.
You're listening to Talk Sports.
Like, you're not going to be able to dump the ball into Grant and get easy buckets. They're allowing about a half a point on post-ups. They're forcing turnovers on 20% of post-ups.
They're number one in the country at that?
Yeah.
Airing every day from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
This might not be a Grant Williams game, I guess is what I'm saying. I'm preparing you for Grant Williams not being able to go off.
On 1340 WKGN.
And a historical performance for Grant Williams in this building tonight. He had 43 points. He made 23 of 23 from the free throw line. And the reigning SEC Co-Player of the Year has certainly stamped his name on that trophy again with this performance tonight.
Hour number 2, kicking off in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. This batch of headlines is brought to you by SM Athletics. If you have any uniform or equipment needs for your upcoming sports seasons, maybe the kiddos are getting ready to get ready for baseball. Well, you're late. We've been doing baseball stuff here for months now. Give SM Athletics a call right now. You'll get excellent customer service and great products at a fair price. If you have a business or a club or an organization that has any screen print or embroidery needs, give us a call. Don't chance it with unreliable mega stores or online orders. Call today at 966-3434 or online at smathletics.com. Let's hit some Hour 2 headlines. What you got, Big Mac?
Thanks, John. Montana linebacker Solomon Taliapupu has been granted a 9th year of eligibility by the NCAA. 9 years of eligibility. This for the Montana linebacker returning for the 2026 season. Solomon Talia Pupu. The school announced Talia Pupu's return on social media Monday alongside sixth-year offensive lineman Dylan Jimdegard. Talia Pupu, who turns 26 in March, is entering his second season at Montana after his collegiate career began at USC in 2018.
Yeah, it said he was basically had his entire USC career derailed with injuries and sickness. I don't have as much of a problem with this. I know we're going to make fun of it. I know we're going to look at these quarterbacks like, Joey Aguilar and Trinidad Chambliss and everything, but the guy went from USC to Montana.
Yeah, but the guy's 26 years old.
Yeah, I know, but he's playing at Montana.
I mean, this would be like, think about it. You're so out of college by the time you're 26 years old. This would be like if we were still going to Cool Beans when we were 26, 28 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of person does that? You
Yeah.
know? Once you're done, you're done. Once you pass like 23, it's over.
For sure.
Is it just that he doesn't go bother like the Power 4 levels?
That's it to me. Like I don't know if the injuries. I mean, it seems like he didn't really play at USC other than I think he got 5 games one season. The first time he said this he saw the field for the first time as a redshirt senior in 2022.
You can play forever if you go down in competition. Just don't try and get up.
That's kind of how I felt.
Or if you go to a place like Montana that's behind the times, because really it's still like 2018 in Montana.
And I won't say forever, but like add him up. Oh, I missed this year. Oh, I had to redshirt. Oh, I was injured. He's not doing it to get rich. Like it does seem like he's doing it to either get his doctorate degree or just for the love of the game. I don't know. I don't have it in me to get mad about this.
Well, I tell you, speaking of rich, I tell you who was rich, and that was Jeffrey Epstein. And yesterday, news came out that the President Trump, warned police about Epstein back in 2006. This is a true story, too, because even CNN wrote about it. So it's real. Shortly after the law enforcement investigation into Epstein became public in the mid-2000s, Trump called the Palm Beach, Florida Police Department to express gratitude, according to a newly released document. Said everyone has known about Epstein's misconduct. So Trump, turns out, was at the forefront of
that's really good as long as there's no, interactions or emails back and forth or talk with Trump and Epstein after 2006. Like if he washed his hands clean of him and had nothing to do with him after 2006, that'd be a pretty good feather in his cap.
Trump told police in 2006, "Thank goodness you're stopping him," and also said that, I never know how to say her name, Ghislaine, was evil, urging them to focus on her. Maxwell, his accomplice. So that's a big news story yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, if he didn't have anything to do with him after 2006, it's going to be a big feather in his cap.
Yep. Do you consider going out to eat? Do you consider going out to eat going out? This is a debate on the internet.
Do I consider what? Wait, say this again.
Do you consider going out to eat as going out? Because someone was talking
going out, like going out with a girl, like, hey, we're going out on a date, we're going out to eat, or
no?
Just like me and my friends are going out, like and going out to eat.
Like if I say this guy goes out 5 times a week, and then you say, actually, I went out twice this week, but maybe you went out for dinner 3 other nights. You know what I mean? Like, is going out for dinner considered going out? It's a very hot topic today on the internet.
I think my snap reaction is, are you just going out, getting dinner, and coming home? Are you going to dinner and getting drinks? Are you staying and drinking at the restaurant for a little bit?
That seems to be the distinction.
Yeah, like if you're getting drinks at the restaurant with dinner, that is closer to going out. If you're going just to get dinner and you just don't want to cook, I don't really do that too often, but I don't think I would consider that going out.
You don't do what?
I don't go out and get dinner just like in the middle of the week a lot at restaurants.
Well, you don't cook either. What do you eat?
I got a woman at home who cooks.
Oh.
Yeah. You should try it. It's good. Takes a lot of pressure off.
I know how to cook.
Yeah. But you don't have to do it if you get somebody else to do it.
Oh, well, sure.
Yeah. So we don't really go out and eat too often during the week. Maybe once a week. Depends. Maybe we'll play a little trivia. You consider that if I go play trivia?
I think that's going out.
That's going out? See, I don't really consider that going out.
Well, this is the debate. Because I think some people are saying simply going out to eat is going out.
I lean towards no on this.
I think you got to be partying if you're going out.
Yeah, like whenever I say, hey, you want to go out tonight, that means we're going out. That doesn't necessarily have to be at night. You can go out during the, like on a Saturday at like 4 or 5. And
Day drinking. I'm familiar with the concept.
To me, that's considered going out as well. Going out, yeah, it has to be. To me, like my snap reaction is that it has to have at least like 3 hours of duration. There's got to be some boozing.
What about if you go to the movies?
To me, that's not going out. To me, that's going to the movies.
But you would be out if you're
out of the house, sure. But that's the same as going to the grocery store. That's not going out.
Yeah, but I think it's different. I think if you're being entertained, I think it counts as going out. Do you have to be boozing to be going out? I don't think you have to be boozing.
No, I said that was my snap reaction. Now, you could tell me that you're going. I mean,
you said 3 hour commitment.
At least a 3 hour commitment.
I think if you go to dinner and then you go to the movies after.
Nah, see, that's dinner and a movie. That's dinner and a movie. That's different.
Well, what if the movie's 3 hours?
No, see, if dinner and a movie is going out, I agree. Hey, Toots, you want to go out tonight? I take you to dinner and a movie. If we're just going to a movie, that's not going out. That's going to the movies. That's how I feel about it, at least. To me, I don't know. I'm open to the entire side of the argument.
I think it's interesting, yeah.
I think going out is putting on a different pair of clothes that you wouldn't normally, like you're not just going to go out wearing just like whatever you threw on type of thing.
So you got to change.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I don't
making an effort, like I think plenty of people, they go out to eat, but it's just like, like maybe I'm wearing what I wore to work, or it's just like I'm meeting you there after doing some activity or something. Like you're not really getting up and that's like your sole thing, but it's like, hey, I'm going out. Maybe I'll do, we'll go out and get a drink before, and then we'll go to dinner. Like to me, that's going out.
I like your line of thinking, but I don't think it has to be, I don't think you have to change every time, because I think if some people, plenty of people I know that get off work at 6 o'clock on a Friday and they get to the bar and they're there until midnight or so. They don't go home.
That's going out.
Yeah, they don't go home and change. Like I don't think you necessarily have to, but I do like that as a extra step.
I think the time
dinner, especially for dinner. Like, are you putting any extra effort in, or is it just like, hey, we're hungry, let's go sit at Applebee's and get some food? Maybe the style of restaurant also matters. Like maybe there's a certain scale. If it hits past, $15 a plate, that's a little bit more like going out versus, hey, we're going to Texas Roadhouse and we're just going to grub down a little bit because we don't feel like cooking. Hey, we're going by Chipotle. Like if I'm going to Chipotle and sitting down and eating there, that's not going out. You know what I mean?
If you're sitting down eating at a Chipotle, you're a loser.
Yeah, sometimes I sit down and go and eat.
Not you. I mean, just
sometimes you want to. Sometimes you want to refill the drink. Sometimes you don't feel like
anybody who goes inside Chipotle and sits down and eats there.
That's just not true.
It is true.
Chipotle. No. Chipotle.
I've done it. Look, I mean, I'm not. I'm no better than anyone else. I'm not
saying you are or aren't.
Well,
a
loser.
I
am. Clearly, I'm a loser.
Well, okay, you said it, not me. But
at least I admit it.
I think Chipotle is one of the few places you can go in and sit down and eat and not feel like a loser, because
might as well just sit on the toilet.
I don't want to drive around trying to eat a burrito because I'm going to spill it everywhere.
Eat a what?
A burrito. I'm going to sit.
You don't want to eat a what?
A burrito. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to eat it there.
Why are you saying the T like that?
How do you say T's?
Burrito.
It's a T, not a D. You're saying it with a D.
Yeah, but it's burrito. I mean,
you're saying it with a D.
The way you say it.
It's a burrito.
What?
You should listen to more Bad Bunny and get in touch with your Latin side. It's burrito. But I don't want to eat it. Or some people get the bowl and they're trying to dip their chips. You can't do that while driving. So if you've got like a 20-minute drive, you don't want it to get cold either, so you go in and eat it. I think Chipotle is the perfect place to sit down.
A what minute drive?
A 20-minute drive.
A what?
20-minute?
Wouldn't it be 20?
I do. Yeah, 20 minutes.
Well, you said 20.
I usually say 20.
Oh, no. Okay. It sounds like a double standard to me.
No. Most of the time I do heavily pronounce my T's. I got friends named
Hunter. I have 20 burritos.
Feel free to call any of my 3 friends growing up I had named Hunter and ask them how I say their name.
Oh, listen. Oh, don't get me started. One of my best friends growing up was a Hunter.
Yeah.
And I didn't like saying it. So I called him Wilson.
Call any of them and ask. I've always called them Hunter with
I don't like
with
that
a
at
pronounced
all.
T. I know, but that's how I do it. So if I said 20 on the radio when I'm talking real fast, maybe that's more country, but 20.
Did you see this clip of Margot Robbie raising her left arm?
Could have really saved the going out headline. It was going out for like the next segment, not headlines. So we could have used some actual news here.
I didn't know you were going to like it so much.
We could actually use some news here and then a filler maybe next segment, but go ahead.
To me, the show all flows together. It's, you got to organize it. I just say things. Margot Robbie's armpit. Have you seen this clip going viral?
Is it hairy?
Do things still go viral? Is viral a word?
Yeah, is it hairy?
Sounds kind of outdated.
Has it got a little hair on it?
No, it's smooth, but it's nice looking.
I was going to say, I don't think she would let it be hairy, especially like as she's got this big movie coming out this weekend. I know what I'm doing for Valentine's Day weekend.
What's that?
Me and Margot and Jacob Elordi, or however the hell you say that guy's last name. We're going to be sitting there.
Jacob Elordi.
Elordi, thank you. We're going to be sitting there, taking it back to the medieval times. A little lust and love. That's what we're going to be doing. Two beautiful people and me just sitting there watching.
One person writes, everyone's losing their minds over this clip, but I've been on armpits since before feet were normalized. My culture is not your costume. Yeah.
People got uptight about Caitlin Clark.
Like this guy saying he's an armpit guy, not a foot guy.
Yeah, he says my culture is not your
That's
costume.
kind of awesome.
Honestly, I've kind of the whole armpit shoulder area there. That's one of my. It's one of the things I like looking at too.
Shoulder,
like the armpit. Like when they're raising the arm, it's all attached right there. Like armpit up, like because like her side of her neck looks gorgeous in that video too. Not to be creepy.
No, that doesn't sound creepy at all.
The side of just that whole side of her body just looks gorgeous.
You were a vampire.
YouTube TV is launching a sports bundle. $64.99 a month.
How much do you actually save on that?
Well, it's about $84 a month without otherwise. So I guess you'd say about $20.
$20 and you lose all your channels otherwise. I mean, I don't know how much people are watching on there. I like having the option of watching something else on there if I want, but I do typically only watch it for sports.
Yeah, you get ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC, FS1, NBC Sports, and all ESPN networks. So that's pretty much all you need.
Okay.
No CNN, though.
All right. Any other headlines?
No, we can save them.
Okay. Let's go to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation. Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Every 40 seconds, a child goes missing somewhere in the U.S. You can help in the effort to find missing kids simply by donating your car or boat to Find the Children, a nonprofit organization dedicated to returning missing children to their families. Find the Children works closely with national and community agencies and organizations and helps distribute flyers and posters that are directly responsible for recovering missing kids. Your car or boat donation helps protect and recover children in every state and community by sponsoring child safety and recovery programs. For fast, free pickup, call anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Running or not, your car, truck, van, RV, or boat will be towed away free of charge. Fast, free pickup, plus it's tax deductible. Everyone wins when you donate your car or boat to Find the Children.
Call right now. 800-466-8813. 800-466-8813. That's 800-466-8813.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Included in Cody's headlines was that Tennessee lost a defensive coach yesterday. After 5 weeks on the job, Michael Hunter is leaving Tennessee football and going to the NFL to be assistant defensive backs coach for the Los Angeles Rams.
I get it. I can see why I'd want to do that.
He was set to make $225,000 annually and was Tennessee's lowest paid coach on their staff. But he was picked by Jim Knowles because of the familiarity with the scheme.
Yeah, well, gonna have to find somebody else familiar with it now. He's going out to Los Angeles.
Sam, are you worried about this at all? Is it just you just chalk it up to like, hey, it's the Rams, it's the NFL? He played in the NFL for, I think 4 years, from 2016 to 2019, 3 years, 4 years, whatever. He played in the NFL.
I mean, it's obviously not one that you'd want to see happen, and it seems like he's kind of one of those young coaches that you feel like, your players probably can kind of relate to a little bit, a guy who's played in the league that can kind of maybe be a kind of a path to get to the league for some of these guys. But I mean, at the same time, I think it shows that you've chosen a defensive staff this past offseason that like is respected not only just in the college world, but you've got people that are, in the biggest league in the world in the NFL that are also looking at the guy and saying, all right, I want this guy on my staff.
All right, so spin zone. You look at it as a positive of like, okay, good job, Josh Heupel, for hiring Jim Knowles, and Jim Knowles, good job hiring guys that are desirable. Okay, I know some people, maybe the more bad news Bubba types, would look at this and say, wow, what did he see behind the scenes in his 5 weeks that made him want to leave Tennessee? That's what the bad news Bubba types would say.
What gives?
Wow, what did he see behind the scenes that made him want to leave?
Well, that's what you would say. To which others would say, look, man, it's the NFL. You can't blame Tony Vitello for going to the MLB. You can't blame...
Who's got a better chance of making it further, though? The Rams and their postseason hopes, or the Vols and their national championship hopes?
You would
Probably
think
the Rams.
You would think the Rams. You would think the Rams. Now, if this was the Rams without... Matthew Stafford and they were rebuilding, maybe it's a different answer, but
also he gets to go to California.
Now, I don't know. I'd like to see how much the Rams are paying him because, I mean, if he was only making $225,000 here, I can't imagine that's going to go a super long way in California, in Los Angeles. So hopefully
you can make it.
Hopefully he got himself a raise.
You can make it on $220K in Los Angeles. It can be done.
But the Rams are trying to fix their secondary. They're trying to overhaul everything because it's kind of what let them down last year. So they went out and they poached Tennessee's guy.
Speaking of Los Angeles, you know that Tom Petty song where he's talking about we were driving down into Los Angeles, the wind on our back, and what is that song? Because the reason I say that is the bumper coming in sounded just like that Tom Petty song. Crawling Back to You. You know that one?
I go
crawling back to you.
Yeah, no, crawling back to you.
Did you not think? Have you noticed that bumper coming in? Because I thought that's what that was at first.
It's got a little bit of a similar sound. Yeah,
sounds a little bit like that.
Not enough to file a lawsuit or anything.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many chords you can use.
Yeah, I can hear the similarity there.
It made me think of that, though.
Sure.
Coming into the break.
I do love Crawling Back to You. And I like King of Oklahoma. Two good songs.
Yeah, I wish Tom Petty was still alive.
For what reason?
Because I would have gone to see him.
Oh, you mean like alive, but also touring?
Yeah, that's one of my big regrets, not seeing Tom Petty.
Yeah,
and Billy Joel will go down as probably the second one because it looks like he's probably never going to perform again. He has some sort of brain-eating amoeba or something going on. Something wrong with his brain.
Dylan writes in, going to a movie or going to eat is going out. See, I just think there's...
What if you're going to Panda Express?
See, to me, that's what I'm saying. That's not the same thing. That was my Chipotle comparison. Don't try to steal my Chipotle comparison and make it Panda Express.
Your culture is not my costume.
Don't try to take that example and make it your own. I just made that same one. Because I also don't want to drive around eating Panda Express either. That's another one. That,
nothing makes the car smell worse than Panda Express.
Well, it's just also like that's another one. You got to have a fork. You got to hold it. You're spilling rice everywhere. So that's another one. If I'm going to go home, I just pick it up and go home or come back to the office or whatever. But
I'm so grossed out by Panda Express. You remember when I went on that run like 4 or 5 years ago where I ate it like literally 5 times a week?
You started looking like a panda.
I can't even really stomach it now.
That's not true.
I mean, honestly, like
if I went and bought you
grosses
Panda
me out.
Express for lunch, you would eat it and you would like it.
It grosses me out now because I ate so much of it.
What's your order? I'll get it DoorDash.
Well, I used to get a bigger plate with
naturally
chow mein.
I've never done the bigger plate. I just stick with the two sides.
You're missing out.
Bigger plate with chow mein.
I'm always full.
Oh, I'm not done yet. Bigger plate with chow mein, and I would pour soy sauce in the noodles, and then I would get it with like part orange chicken, part honey walnut shrimp, and part beef, like either steak or whatever. And then I would also do an order of spring rolls and an order of the cream cheese ragoons.
Golly,
that's disgusting.
It is disgusting.
I can just feel you feeling proud of your order too. You have no remorse about it when you sit here and tell
an
us.
extra large cherry Coke.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Extra large at Panda is like 75 ounces. Like their medium drink is like 32.
They do take care of you on the drinks.
Yeah, I get the biggest cup I could get, cherry Coke.
Now, okay, so maybe to Dylan's point, the movies. Maybe I'm desensitized to that because I go to the movies all the time. To me, going to the movies is not going out really because I go all the time, even by myself sometimes.
A lot of people would take a person to the movies on a date, though.
Yeah, no,
and you could say that'd be, we went out tonight.
I think, Bubba, I think that's fair.
All right, Kenny Chesney.
Like I'm saying, I am saying that I'm probably desensitized to going to the movies because I go all the time. For other people, it's more of a
no problem.
It's more of a big deal. Like some people only go to the movies once every couple months or so. So I will yield that for most people going to the movies is probably going out.
Here's a question. Can you go out by yourself?
You can. You can. Like people go to the bars by themselves. I think on a weekend night, if you go to the bar by yourself, it's kind of some red flags. Just personally.
That's where everybody else is,
Huh?
I feel like a lot more people are out on the weekends than on the weeknight.
Yeah, but you can't find one friend to go with you?
Some people don't have any friends.
Is that not a red flag if you don't have one friend?
Well, not if you're new to a place. Like if you move to a new place.
See, they start moving the goalposts whenever they realize that only weirdos go out by themselves. Well, what if you're in a new place by yourself? Okay, there's some exceptions to the rule. Hey, what if your best friend just died and you don't have any friends? Okay, yeah, there's some exceptions to the rule. But for the most part, if you're by yourself on a weekend night, that's kind of a red flag. I wouldn't want to talk to those people.
John gets in a relationship and just hates single people.
No. When I was single, I would go out with friends. I wouldn't go by myself. I would at least have one other person that wanted to go do something.
What if your friends cut you off because of your problematic behavior?
That's probably a red flag, wouldn't you say?
Well, depending on who's asking.
That's probably a red flag, which was my whole entire point. I'm just hanging out the bowling alley by myself on a Friday night. That's a little weird.
Well, that would be weird, but I don't think it's weird to go to a bar by yourself.
On a weekend night, yes. On a you want to go watch the game on a Saturday
Some
at
guys,
noon.
man, some of these alpha males out there, I used to know a guy in school. Some guys go out with a purpose. They're going out to get the woman. That's why they're going out.
Kind of a red flag, too.
They don't need any other bros hanging around.
Kind of a red flag, too, if you're just going out to the bar looking to bring somebody home. That's a red flag in my book.
I don't know.
I'm going to go out and find somebody really drunk and vulnerable, and I'm bringing them
What if
back.
it's John Hamm in Mad Men? Can he go out to the bar by himself?
On a weekend night? No, but a week after work during the week, sure. You can go sit at the bar by yourself after work before you go home, sure.
I think if you're John Hamm, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, probably.
So can you go out with groups throughout the week then?
It's a little bit harder to get with groups during the week, but yeah, sure, you can go out with groups anytime, brother. Anytime. I ain't got no problem with that. Now, I mean, if you guys are going out on Tuesday and staying out all night, that's some other red flags we got to talk about with your friend group. Somebody in your life's got to start getting you on the right track. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes the train derails and doesn't ever get back on.
Bubba, do you go to the bars on weekends by yourself?
No.
Why do you laugh?
He does, but he wears a disguise.
Why do you laugh, Bubba?
Because I just like the devil's advocate point for you.
Because you know it'd be weird to do
it's
it.
absolutely weird.
Oh, okay.
I would feel very uncomfortable if I had to sit there and I hate leaving away from my friends to, if I'm at the bar and then there's somebody else there and there's somebody else I have to talk to them, or do I just keep straight ahead, just looking, watching the person get my drink?
Bubba just tried to gaslight me here on live radio in front of thousands and thousands of people. You tried to gaslight me, making me think I
think
was
it's important to look at both sides of this,
You
John.
wanted to make me think I was crazy for saying it was crazy, even though everyone acknowledges it's crazy.
Oh, you're still crazy.
Yeah, Bubba, quit gas lamping.
He wanted to gaslight me right there.
I just realized on camera I look pretty bad without any headgear.
I've been telling you for years it's time to bring that hair on home, brother. It looks awful.
I think I need a haircut.
I think you need to shave it.
Can I ask you a question? Be honest, if you don't mind. Do you think this shirt makes me look overweight?
More so than usual, or just in general?
What do you mean?
You do look a little frumpy on the screen right now, I will say.
For those people that gets left behind at the bus stop.
You don't look good right now, I will say.
I think I'm going to get a haircut today. That'll help somewhat.
The haircut will most likely help.
Yeah, it can't hurt, Can't hurt.
The shirt doesn't look good on you either. I appreciate you repping.
Do you think shirts make me look overweight?
You look better with sleeves on, I will say, or like a hood on or something.
Do all shirts make me look overweight?
Well, don't get me wrong. You look overweight in anything you wear, but some make you look more overweight than others. And right now, that one's not fitting good on your shoulders on screen. The sleeves are too long.
Oh.
We need to show off that yellow Power T tattoo.
I don't think we do.
Show the audience on YouTube.
No.
Show them your yellow Power T.
No, I'm not doing that.
Pull up that gun. Let's see.
I'm not doing that. Not unless you take your shirt off.
You go first.
If you do the rest of the show topless, I'll show my embarrassing tattoo.
You go first.
No, you first.
No.
Seems we're at a standstill.
Yeah. But to answer your question, the shirt doesn't look good on you.
Okay. Well, I asked for an honest answer, so appreciate you being honest.
No problem, man.
I think shirts just make me look overweight. Like shirts in general.
Take it off.
Are you saying that you would feel less overweight if you didn't have a shirt on just in general?
I think so.
Let's try it out. Take it off.
No. I'm scared to do that.
Yeah.
I have a lot of back hair.
They don't have a camera on the back.
No, but you can see it sticking up from the neck.
That just made my stomach hurt. Let's go to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio. We'll talk some football coming up next.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
I was afraid to cut the cord, but once I did, I couldn't believe it took so long to do it. Paying too much for my cable bill had become a bad habit. I either wasn't getting what I wanted or never knew where to find any of my favorite shows until it was too late. Plus, the prices just kept going up. Thankfully, I discovered a new way to watch, called Philo. For just $25 a month, I can catch all my favorite shows on networks like BET, MTV, and TLC. It even has Nickelodeon for my kids. I can watch anytime I want, anywhere I want. Plus, Philo lets me have up to 3 streams at once, so everyone can watch what they want at the same time. Throw in the unlimited DVR that saves all my favorites for up to a year, and this really is the best deal in TV. I just wish I hadn't waited so long. Sound too good to be true? Well, try it out for yourself, and you'll see why people who love TV love Philo. Go to philo.tv, that's philo.tv, and start your 7-day free trial now.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Sam, I haven't gotten your thoughts on the Super Bowl. You haven't talked about it yet. Anything stand out to you about either the Patriots or the Seahawks? The fallout coming out of that game. Mike Vrabel getting embarrassed. Drake May getting packed up. Poor Will Campbell. It's going to be a rough offseason for him.
I felt vindicated. I've been kind of a Patriots hater. I don't know, maybe the first half of the season I kind of respected them a little bit, and the Titans were so miserable that I just had to kind of tip the cap. And then the second half of the season came on, and I was like, I'm out of the year, but I'm going to become a hater at this point. And I didn't really believe in the Patriots, but they kept showing me wins. And then I got to the Super Bowl, and I said, I'm betting against these guys because I don't think they're that good. And Drake May put on an all-time stat pad performance in the fourth quarter.
I'm very interested in what happens with him moving forward.
Drake May?
Yeah. To go from very close to winning MVP. He's not Will Campbell levels. Like Will Campbell is, like I said, it's going to be a hard offseason for him. He is going to, like, he's already getting killed. Like Mike Vrabel had to come out and say, hey, we're not moving him to guard. He's our tackle. Will Campbell took a couple of days, licked his wounds, and came out and said, oh, wait, I was hurt, guys. My knees hurt. I can't move really good right now. I'm not always this bad.
My favorite stat of the postseason is that the Patriots in the playoffs had 53 drives. They averaged 1.13 points per drive. The 0-16 2017 Browns averaged 1.22 points per drive.
Yeah, I saw that. They were as bad of an offense as we've really seen. Somehow the Chargers and Texans both lost to them. The Broncos got to be like, wow, Jared Stidham. Wow, Bo Nix. You let us down when it was right there for us to go to the Super Bowl. It really was gross seeing that Patriots team make the Super Bowl for that reason. And seeing them there, and then, of course, seeing what they looked like on the run there, and then, of course, all culminating with a really bad Super Bowl performance. Because getting an AFC title is still important. But so many guys had to look around. So many teams had to look around the AFC and be like, really? Like, if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, like this was a good chance for you to actually break through and make it. Like, you would have put up more of a fight against Seattle than they would have.
Yeah, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen got him. It's true. But if they had gotten through that first game against Josh Allen, they probably feel like they could have beaten the Patriots or beaten Denver and then, gotten to the Super Bowl, which, again, I don't think they would have beaten the Seahawks, but you would have at least, A, probably put up a better fight because the Patriots were lifeless, but B, doesn't matter. You still get to say you went to a Super Bowl.
I think if Bo Nix was healthy, Denver would have got him.
And they're probably the ones that are going to have the biggest regrets this offseason of just like, man, what could have been? Because, they lost an AFC championship at home. They were the 1 seed. I don't think they're going to just continue rolling next year. Like, I don't think they'll be able to replicate their luck of winning all the one-score games they did. When you look back on the Broncos season, it was just one-score win after one-score win after one-score win for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about a thin margin, particularly in the NFL.
There's a reason why they are slotted third in their division. I think everyone knows that they kind of exceeded expectations, exceeded how their win total of what it should have been, and we know there'll be some regression. So whenever you see the Chargers and Chiefs both ahead of them, that's why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what to think about the Chargers long term. I don't know if I believe in Justin Herbert. In fact, I'm pretty sure I don't believe in Justin Herbert.
I thought Justin Herbert was better this year than he had been. I think the Harbaugh effect is real, but also, like, they got to be better on offense. But they went out and hired Mike McDaniel. So, like, Mike McDaniel combined with their healthy offensive line, if they could stay healthy, the Chargers also have a lot of cap space. They should be in a pretty good position to be a contender.
Now, that Mike McDaniel, that's a guy who likes his warm weather. He kept it perfect climate. It's a pretty good job shift for him.
He said he paid his dues in Washington, D.C., and he was never making that mistake again. Yeah. Wasn't going back to any cold weather.
It's cold over there.
When you project the AFC next year, if you're drafting quarterbacks, what's your order? Because Drake May, I think for me, would have been in my top 4 for sure, maybe top 3 before the playoff run and before the Super Bowl. But I can't put him there now because it all, they're calling in the schedule on the internet. That's his nickname, and that's going to be a hard one to shake.
Schedule merchant.
The schedule. Kind of like Joel Embiid was the process. He's just the schedule.
Yeah, I didn't feel quite the same about Drake May being like so sure as the future of the league.
But you said he was a bum for a while.
Yeah, and I think he showed that.
I don't think he showed that he's a bum. I think he's bad in the Super Bowl, but I think he's banged up. I just don't think maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle where he's not top 3 and he's not a bum.
I mean,
the
top
truth is probably he's somewhere.
The top 3 quarterbacks are the same they were last year.
You still feel confident with that?
You have to, don't you?
I don't know if you do or not.
Mahomes, Allen, Jackson. I mean, who else are you truthfully taking in the AFC as a better quarterback than those three? Trevor Lawrence, Bo Nix. I mean, come on now. CJ Stroud.
Does the AFC just actually suck at quarterback? Is that what we're uncovering here?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
We're just discovering that it's our conference, John. It's our
there you go, Cam Ward.
Is Cam Ward going to be a top 4 quarterback? I mean, like it did seem pretty daunting, a couple years ago to look and say, but I got to be honest, as we sit here, Patrick Mahomes, I'm not sure how he's going to age. The streets are saying he's Russell Wilson.
The quarterback discussion is so
unlimited.
The quarterback discussion is so fascinating to me because they all have so many flaws. Even Mahomes, who you look at as like
he's fat,
clear cut, best quarterback. Like he's got 3 Super Bowls. He don't look very good half the time. So, I mean, I don't know. Even a guy as good as Josh Allen couldn't do anything in the playoffs.
Wow, Sam, it really might be Cam Ward's for the taking.
It could be.
Don't
want to rule it out.
Who would have thought? Look at us, Sam. We got the best quarterback in the conference. Wow.
Look at us.
Paul Rudd.
He ain't never choked in the playoffs like that bum Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lamar.
Josh Allen, Cam Ward, same amount of AFC championships.
I mean, you could say that Cam Ward played the best game of a quarterback against any Super Bowl, against the Super Bowl winners.
You might be onto something there because whenever they put up Cam Ward stats against the Seahawks, Cody, they look a hell of a lot better than all these other quarterbacks except Matt Stafford's stats against the Seahawks.
I mean, maybe you take Shedeur Sanders, Justin Fields. Those guys were good enough to be in the Pro Bowl.
I think the way we're talking, I think we're going to head to this season feeling similar about teams thinking it's wide open and thinking they have a chance. But like, it does feel like if you're Justin Herbert, this has to kind of be your year this year, right? Like this upcoming season has to be yours.
Yeah, and I just don't believe in him.
And you're probably right. And I've been a big,
I feel the same about him as I feel about Trevor Lawrence at the end of the day. Those two guys are the same to me.
28 of 42, Sam, 256 yards and a tutty. That does look pretty good against that Seahawks defense.
I had no help. I mean, the guy, he was our leading rusher. Cam Ward was the leading rusher.
That's true. Leading receiver, Gunnar Ham and Shamir Dike. I mean, to put up those stats, that is pretty impressive. Hell, it might be Cam Ward. Wow. Look at what we've uncovered here.
You at least have hope.
It does feel like it went from thinking, man, you have to have a stud quarterback in the AFC. The future, it has to be like you have to hit a superstar because, man, like Mahomes and Allen and Burrow and Lamar, they just got a stranglehold on it. Justin Herbert. Now look around, it's like, Bo Nix should have won it.
I think in today's game, I'd rather just have a great defense and some really good skill players on offense and just feel better about my overall team personnel.
Well, the thing about the Seahawks, and the Seahawks are going to have to figure that out too, is that the bill's about to come due. The bill's about to come due for them when it comes to extensions. And that's why it's so tough in the NFL to build a roster that wins and then keeps it together. There's a reason why no one is three-peated, right? There's a reason the Chiefs were chasing history because that just hasn't happened.
Right. Yeah. Patriots couldn't do it. Chiefs couldn't do it.
Because when you do have the good bargains, you then got to turn around and pay them. Like, that starts with, Jackson Smith and Jigba. You know what I mean? Like, Jackson Smith and Jigba is about to be a very well-paid wide receiver. They're going to have to break the bank for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go into next year top receiver in the league, right?
He's extension eligible. Like, they're able to, rework his deal. I don't know if they'll make him the highest paid. I don't know. He's earned being a top paid guy, but I don't know.
You take him today over Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, don't you?
It's hard to say yes to that, but his performance was so good. Sam, you Have you changed your quarterbacks? Because Cody says he's keeping his the same with his top three. He didn't give me the other two spots, but like
Burrow.
In the AFC specifically?
You can give me the NFC too, because in the NFC, I mean, I think the only one that really has a for sure spot in any type of top five is Stafford. But hell, there's going to be question marks about him moving forward because just another year older.
I think Stafford would be my number one quarterback.
I don't think it's a hot take, seeing how he just won MVP, but
in the NFL.
Yeah,
I think I'd have him number one. I love watching him play the position.
Stafford's always been my guy. He's been my favorite quarterback of like that era of guys.
Well, he went through a stretch where he was like overlooked and probably pretty underrated. You could argue
he went from overrated to underrated pretty quickly. Like I thought once he lost Calvin Johnson and was still good, we should have taken him more seriously. But I do think the beginning of his career is just like, hey, bleep it, Calvin's down there somewhere. I'm going to throw it up. Now, there's a little bit of like, hey, Cooper Kupp and Puka have been top receivers the entire time. Like, he's had a top weapon his entire time in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. You got to have it.
You do have to have it because I feel like when you, I don't know, do you have to have it? Because Allen hasn't had it.
Troy Aikman had it.
I guess you would say Mahomes.
Joe Montana had it.
I guess you would say Mahomes has had it.
Wouldn't you kind of say you have to have it when you kind of look at these quarterbacks and it's like, all right, Josh Allen, no star receiver, kind of chokes in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson hasn't had one. You don't really get the consistency there. Justin Herbert hasn't really had a star wide receiver.
I mean, even Patty had Tyreek Hill for a good bit.
That was their prime.
Now, Patty, he did it without.
He went 2 Super Bowls without him. So I don't know. I think I'd
had
call
Kelsey though too. I mean, that's a number one option.
Was Travis Kelce still a number one option the last?
Compared to
if you're just
Khalil
looking
Shakir or Lad McConkey, yeah.
Sure. But I think there's two different conversations of saying that Baltimore and Buffalo need better help versus Mahomes had a clear cut number one stud. Early on, yes, Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, he had two great weapons, but they got rid of Tyreek Hill and then he kind of won with his best receiver being who? Juju Smith-Schuster? Like as the best receiver, not counting Kelce, but at that point, Kelsey's not the same Kelce as we remember. Still good, still really good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, and that makes that one special from Mahomes. I mean, Brady doing it without a lot of guys. I mean, Julian Edelman.
Yeah, Brady's the outlier, but I mean, with the last two, he had Gronk. And Gronk, the biggest mismatch problem maybe in NFL history, or at least one of.
Gronk and Edelman, too. Yeah, I mean, Edelman was a pretty big weapon.
I mean, Edelman won the Seattle game, or the Seattle game for him. No, wait, was it the Seattle game? I think if he'll make a big plays against the Falcons, too, but maybe he had him against the Seahawks as well. That guy was reliable. He was a stud. You do need some help. AFC. I guess we still have Mahomes one. Does he get to keep the belt after being so bad this year and coming off of a torn ACL? Because I can't put him there. I don't even know if I put him in the top 3 for if we're just looking for next year, especially if we're like pushing this out like 4 years.
Who took it from him this year though in the AFC?
I would have said Allen did.
But in a year where the AFC was wide open in the playoffs and he still couldn't go and get there.
Yeah,
I mean, Allen really disappointed me.
Yeah.
Allen needed to win it this year. He needed to get to the damn Super Bowl. It's a shame that he didn't do it.
That's 100% fair to say, Sam, but I mean, I do think they fired the coach. He was the fall guy. We'll see. I don't think Joe Brady's all of a sudden going to get them over the hump. So maybe Allen doesn't have it. Maybe it's vacant. Every now and then in wrestling and in UFC, if there's no champion, hey, title's vacant. Mahomes is out with injury. The belt is up for grabs. That's what, to me, even though I was hating on Sunday and I didn't want Mike Vrabel to win, to me, that's what was so disappointing about Drake May's performance. Not that I thought he would have been the champion, not that I thought he would have had the title as best quarterback in the AFC, but I think if he'd have played good in the Super Bowl, I think we'd have had a lot of confidence that he was going to be like the next wave of quarterbacks. Now, I'm not sure he's not CJ Stroud. I'm not sure he's not Jaden Daniels. And I have questions about both of those young quarterbacks. Like their first year, and I know this wasn't Drake May's rookie year, but it was his first year for all intents and purposes of him being the guy.
How intensive are the purposes?
He was great But like we've seen the sophomore slump, and again, I know he's heading into year 3, but year 1 was kind of a wash. He didn't start the entire, for half the year, and he got in and wasn't really asked to do much, or wasn't able to do much.
Maybe Fernando Mendoza will be the guy.
I mean, if we're talking about looking at the next 5 years, I don't know if Mendoza would rank for anybody yet, just because you haven't seen anything from him. But would you rather have C.J. Stroud or Fernando Mendoza for the next 5 years?
That's hard to say because you've never seen Fernando in the league.
But you've seen C.J. Stroud. And the last time you saw him, he turned the ball over 5 times.
He was also the rookie of the year.
That was also 2 years. 2 seasons have passed since then.
Yeah, the film came in.
Film came in hard on him, and maybe he just didn't have the mental makeup to succeed. That to me is what was so disappointing about Drake May, because I think it could have been a conversation, an argument this year. If he'd have won or played better, we'd be like, would you rather have Drake May or Mahomes or Lamar? And now you kind of laugh at those because you can't back him right now.
There's another guy out there getting ready to come off of an injury, and
Cam Ward, get that AC joint fixed, and
a guy
some wide receiver help.
Former Super Bowl appearance, former Heisman winner, national champion, back-to-back AFC championship game participant that nobody's talking about.
Well, you say you're disappointed with Josh Allen. You should be equally as disappointed with Joe Burrow. The guy couldn't even make the damn playoffs.
Joe Cool. What if this is the year?
Like Patrick Mahomes gave up his spot, and Joe Burrow's like, I'm good. We don't need it.
It was hurt.
We're all right.
What if this is the year where Joe Cool reemerges and shows you what the top of the AFC should look like?
I think when I look at those quarterbacks, I have those questions, though. Like Mahomes, like we said, he is not LeBron James. He is not Tom Brady. He does not take care of his body.
He's fat.
He comes in frequently fat. I don't know if he's going to rehab his knee properly and be. I don't know if Mahomes is going to be great a couple years from now. But on the flip side, talking about Drake May, the guy's been absolutely beat up the last 2 years behind his offensive line. Like that, I know we made fun of Will Campbell, but like they had to get that pick right. And right now it does not look like they have. He was still getting abused. He has taken over 100 sacks his first 2 years, or at least 100 hits his first 2 years in terms of
Bella Danger.
Yeah, I mean, like he's like he has to stay upright, because that's the same thing that happened to Burrow. A second-year quarterback made the Super Bowl. You thought you were going to pencil those guys in. Drake May was in the same boat as Joe Burrow, and like your boy Joe Cool hasn't been back.
He's been hurt.
Well, that's my point.
What happens faster? Drake May wins a Super Bowl, or Joe Burrow becomes like a fashion model on a runway?
Or Bonnie Blue dies of AIDS.
Wow, that's an easy pick.
Or she gets married.
You'd marry her.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, you could. Don't lie to me. You'd
Drake
marry her today.
Drake May got sacked 21 times just during the postseason. That can't be right. My God.
I got a new nickname for Patrick Mahomes.
Beating Burrow's record of 19 in 2021. So, like, when I see Drake May, I do see the cautionary tale of Joe Burrow, because we thought, like, hey, we got a new sheriff in town, a new second-year quarterback. He's going to be here. He's a winner, yada, yada, yada. Everything Cody said over the last year and a half as he goes 7-9, 7-10.
Smoked a cigar.
Yeah. You start taking those hits.
Beat up Mike the Tiger with his bare hands.
Maybe you don't develop the same way. So those Will Campbell conversations are going to be really interesting all offseason. What are you about to say? You have a new nickname for who?
Mahomes, and it's a good one. You ready? Patty the Fatty.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe. The voluntary reaction.
Can't get enough Tennessee basketball? Join Fan Run Radio as soon as every UT game is over for Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all. The voluntary reaction. We'll be taking your calls on the Vols as soon as every game is over. So tune in and buckle up as we drink from the keg of glory all the way to the Final Four.
The voluntary reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports from 7 to 10, ay. Overrated, underrated on Wednesday. Fan Run Radio, Talk Sports said, not in my house, I ain't talking to Kim, babe. John and Cody out here asking where the ops at. Tennessee Volunteers here for combat. It's the Cherokee Ghost, John Reed and Cody doing everything we can to bring Rocky Top back. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Never leave a witness, never leave loose ends. Nico ain't nothing but a nuisance. 2026, we making new friends.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Hope you're having a good Wednesday morning.
Talk Sports.
There's some trivia tonight down at Barley's in the Old City if you want to go play. If you don't want to make it out to general trivia, then you can wait for sports trivia. They do sports trivia every Thursday. We need to get on the books. We've been challenged. The Drive wants to take us on in sports trivia. We need to get something on the books in the next couple of weeks on a Thursday.
Nerds.
I'll get with my people. We'll get with their people. we'll get something scheduled. Let's hit some Hour 3 headlines. What you got, Big Mac?
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
It is nice to be able to listen to the drive again. I call them nerds, but I keep them on in the afternoon.
That's good.
It's good that we're back on the radio.
Yeah. Shout out to the.
I don't have to listen to that afternoon show on the other station with that. That's God. That show's terrible. That other afternoon show in town. The one with the short snouted boy. The one with the kind of looks like a pug. Something ain't right with him. I like the other guy. Okay. But that's god awful radio. And anyway, Kansas star true freshman Darren Peterson has college programs debating their spending after missing his 11th game. One GM says to On3 Sports, is one $3 million freshman worth more than three $1 million players who are fully bought in for a full season?
It's a fair question. And here in Knoxville, we've been talking about it too. Now, I will say the Nate Ament conversation feels drastically different here in the middle of February than it did in early January. But I still don't know if one Nate Ament would be worth, 3 rotation players. You can get pretty good rotation players for $1 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the talk was Nate made even more than $3 million. He made $4 million. So you could probably get some really damn good rotation players at $1.3, $1.4 million each.
Would you rather have Nate Ament or Darren Peterson?
Peterson.
I'm giving you the good of Peterson, but he has to play.
I'd take Nate Ament.
You don't know for sure if Peterson's going to play.
Now, if he made $3 million to Nate's $4 million, I don't know if that changes things. But look, here's what I'll say about Nate Ament. I've never questioned his desire. I've never questioned his want to. Even when
he's a good kid.
Yeah, even when things were bad, Nate Ament was playing basketball and he was still playing hard. He wasn't always playing it well, especially on the offensive floor. But I came in here and I kept saying, hey, he's still playing really good, really tough defense. And that to me was always a green flag. That's one of the reasons I didn't give up on him, was that you could tell he cared. You wasn't worried about him shutting it down. I'm not 100% convinced. I'm not even like 60% convinced we'll see Darren Peterson in March in the NCAA tournament. I'm not sure he won't sit out then.
Yeah.
I'm not positive.
Oh, it's hit or miss. Usually it's a miss.
But I know that if Nate Ament can play, and there was even talk about him, dealing with some ankle issues and him playing through it, I'm confident he'll be out there and play, and I'm confident he'll go out there and play really hard. So I'd rather have Nate. I'll sacrifice a little bit of the talent in production, even though I think you're getting just as much production now when he's playing offensively. And, despite Rick Barnes taking him out on defense with the game on the line against Kentucky for no reason at all and costing us the game, I still think Nate Ament's a really good defensive player too.
Yeah, Darren Peterson, you question the gumption, the want to. I mean, he's about one more injury away from us being more likely to see Lacey Peterson in the NCAA tournament than Darren.
That's in poor taste.
Yeah, it is.
He looks like Kobe out there, but I am very confident in saying he is not going to have Kobe's career because he's not wired like Kobe.
Well, speaking of Kobe, another famous person who died with those letters in his name, Kobe, sounds like Cobain, and we have a shocking revelation in the death of Kurt Cobain. According to new investigations, they're saying Kurt Cobain's death was a murder, a homicide.
And you said you're shocked by this?
Shocking new private forensic findings question the ruling of suicide in Cobain's death. I mean, this is huge news.
I thought we all knew that. Has that not been openly talked about that Courtney Love killed him?
I mean, that's the thing people have said.
So I don't think it's a shocking revelation. I think it's kind of like OJ. I mean, shocking revelation. OJ actually did kill the Browns. We'd be like, oh, well, I think we all kind of knew that.
Are you saying Courtney killed him or had him killed?
Either way.
Theoretically.
Either way.
This person on the internet says Courtney Love was sex trafficked by individuals in the CIA. When Kurt moved to divorce her, they decided to have him killed. His death ensured her control over his share of Nirvana's publishing rights, worth $250 million.
I mean, I've never really heard the CIA be brought into this.
They also killed a Seattle Police Department detective looking into where Kurt got the drugs that night. Yeah, I don't know if any of that's true, but they are now looking at it as a homicide, which is crazy. Did you see this guy who played the 2014 Super Bowl? He had all these girls over at his house.
Yeah.
They look like college girls, like that wouldn't know the difference in the game.
Kind of weird. Like, did he play it before the regular game, or did he just play it instead of the other game? Because
I think he just put on the 2014 Super Bowl.
He just had no interest in watching the real one. He just wanted to play a prank on these girls.
I guess that's what he was doing.
I wonder how the girls feel. Did the girls find this guy to be really cute and funny, and like now they're going to get together? Or they're like, wow, this guy's such a jerk and he embarrassed us?
I don't know, but it is funny because they're just sitting there watching, like they got their plates, their appetizers, and they're just sitting there. I mean, it's the Patriots and the Seahawks.
My dad said Tom Brady retired.
You'd think at least somebody would have known, right? Somebody would have noticed. Hey, Tom Brady doesn't still play, does he?
They eventually did figure it out because of that, I believe.
Yeah, did you see this picture DR Vol put up of this person hanging upside down at the Raising Cane's in Jackson, Tennessee? Apparently, PETA was protesting the new Raising Cane's.
Oh, okay.
In Jackson, they got a new chicken restaurant. PETA was there. It's quite a graphic display they put on.
Well, the kids need to learn from an early age.
Chickens shackled and bled out. Please try vegan, says the sign. And there's a person hanging upside down with a knife to their throat, like insinuating that they're a chicken.
Okay.
That's quite a deal. Tennessee got a recruit quarterback. 3-star, is that right?
3-star Derek Baker. He is committed to Tennessee. According to 247, he is ranked as the 539th overall prospect of the 2027 class. The 37th ranked quarterback, according to our friends over at RockyTopTalk.com. He chose Tennessee over Florida State, Indiana, Ohio State, and Auburn. He had offers from those schools. He's highly regarded for his overall power, both as a runner and a passer, is what the talk is. Sam, do you have any thoughts on 3-star Derek Baker?
Go Vols.
Alpharetta, Georgia. I mean, it feels like there's some talent down there. I mean, that's a pretty good place to play.
Josh Dobbs, that's where he came from.
You would think that would also lead to him probably being ranked higher if he was actually good. I mean, I don't want to be a star snob, and I know there's politics that go along with what camps you go to and yada, yada, yada. But, like, this isn't like to me, he's not coming from a dominant or rough area. If he's down in Alpharetta, Georgia, I would think they would be scouting him a little bit closer, just being down in a talent-rich area. So, like, the 3-star ranking to me and the 537th overall doesn't get me super fired up, but you know.
I don't really want a 5-star in the 2027 class, though.
Okay. Why's that?
I mean, I think this is the conversation we've been having for months of, if you want Faison Brandon to be your next starter, there's no reason to go out and pay another 5-star to waste money in that area.
All right.
I think there's room for one 5-star quarterback on your roster, and other than that, you need to go into the transfer portal and either get a backup that can go be, I think Ryan Staub's probably on the bottom end of what you'd want in a backup, but like somebody like that, or you want to go out and you want to get a portal starter and you want to just have a 3-star kid out of high school to be the number 2 guy.
No, okay, so that's why I called on you. I know you'd have a good take on this. So you're saying this is actually a win because, hey, maybe this Derek Baker kid ends up being good. Maybe he's the type of project you would need. A 3-star with high upside, yeah, that's fine, but he's probably not going to be super expensive. And now you can have a clearly defined pecking order. This guy, Derek Baker, shouldn't be coming in with any type of expectations of playing soon, but also he shouldn't come in with any type of price tag, which if you're working on a budget, you save $1 million there, you spend it on a transfer portal guy. Okay. I like the thinking. I now agree. I'm happy that this is where we went here because I think the days over trying to get a stud quarterback in every class are probably gone. There's no point. Good take. I'm on board.
Chinese snowboarder Liu Jiu takes a worrisome fall on this afternoon's women's halfpipe during the Milan Cortina Winter Olympics, hoping for a healthy recovery for Liao Xiu, the Chinese snowboarder. And in other half-pipe news, did you see that Chloe Kim, is that her name? I lost my headline. Jeez, this is going to be a great transition. Chloe Kim shows no rust and tops half-pipe qualifying.
Shout out to Myles Garrett's girlfriend.
Is that right?
Yep.
The Super Bowl 60 and halftime show fell short of the ratings records.
Wow, there's fake news going around.
Yep, it averaged 124.9 million viewers across NBC, Peacock, Telemundo, and other platforms, but fell short of the 127.7 million U.S. viewers who tuned in for last year's Eagles-Chiefs game. So Super Bowl ratings down.
Oh, okay, but the halftime show.
I thought I saw some tweet that said the Super Bowl ratings were down, but the halftime show rating was up.
Well, more people tuned in for the halftime show than they did the Super Bowl.
Bad Bunny's halftime show averaged 128.2 million viewers.
Yeah, so 500,000 people tuned in just for Bad Bunny.
That is down though from the last two.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar was at 133 and Usher was at 129.
Now, do you have the number of viewers? Okay, 127 right there. Okay. So no, okay, actually 124 million. Okay, so
I bet it was
almost
up on Telemundo.
Almost 3.3 million people tuned in to Bad Bunny's show. That's kind of surprising to me that they're saying that 5 million people, 6 million people tuned in just to see Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. I don't know if I believe that.
You don't?
I mean, whatever. I'm not.
Well, that's what the numbers say.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to argue with the numbers or whatever. I don't care enough to do that.
The numbers are the numbers.
I just wouldn't think that Kendrick Lamar would have 6 million people tune in just to watch him that wasn't already watching the football game.
How about this? The state of Nevada cites a 10-year low for Super Bowl bets.
Yeah, that's interesting, and that's got a whole different conversation attached to it because I saw a tweet yesterday that was just talking about the handle that was attracted in this Super Bowl gambling. Did you guys see this? And just how Kalshi dwarfed Vegas.
I already hate Kalshi, and I don't even know what it is.
Vegas reportedly did 130 million on the Super Bowl, and the prediction markets are getting credit for doing 1.3 billion, 10 times that amount. Kalshi itself is claiming $871 million gambled. Now, I will ask, like, in terms of whenever somebody says Vegas, do they just mean sports gambling, or do they mean particularly just Vegas? I never really understand that because we use that interchangeably. Vegas has the number at this, but there also is like FanDuel, Tennessee, FanDuel, New Jersey. Like, is that still lumped in Vegas, or are they saying it's just all sports gambling? To me, that's a big difference. I used to use it interchangeably, but I don't know if it still is. But the cost you think is crazy. And also those numbers are a little inflated just because Todd Furman, who's a gambling expert, was saying that like when you get the Vegas reported number, they just do half. It only does one-way traffic to get a fair reflection of prediction. So to get a prediction, to get a fair representation, you basically divide it by half, whereas Kalshi is reporting both sides. The prediction market being so unregulated is going to really be a problem moving forward if it isn't already. You're betting on stuff that doesn't have defined answers a lot of the times. Like, I saw this pop up a month and a half or 2 months ago, and it was like people were betting on the U.S. to invade Argentina. And then we had like an episode in Argentina where the government, like, I can't remember exactly what happened. Do we bully somebody into stepping down? Do we threaten force and have them step down? Whatever.
You talking about Venezuela?
Venezuela, Argentina did it again.
I don't think we're.
Yeah, you had people go in, and maybe you didn't march through the streets with guns, but like people were like, "No, that's a military action in Venezuela. You should pay me out on Kalshi." And Kalshi's like, "Nope, doesn't count technically." Well, technically, we're not paying you this out.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But you also had, well documented, you had people posting, because you can see other people's bets on Kalshi, there were some insiders in the entertainment industry that went on there and was raking in the cash, betting on the Super Bowl and betting on the props and who was there and who wasn't there and who was going to perform. One poor guy apparently took a bath because he bet on Cardi B not to perform, but apparently Kalshi decided they were going to count that as a yes since she danced at halftime. To which I would ask, is that performing? Like, you didn't sing, like the camera didn't really focus on her very much. I wouldn't have considered that halftime show to be Bad Bunny featuring Cardi B, so I would say it should be no. But they took his money. But who's he going to cry to? Because it's unregulated. And also, I think, I don't want to be a hypocrite. Sports gambling probably ain't good for you. I do it a lot, but it's probably not good for you. Like, gambling all the time's not good for people coming up. Not good for really anybody.
It's like doing PCP.
I should do it less.
Bath salts.
Everyone should probably do it less.
Yeah.
Very, very few people need to do it more. Very few people need more stuff to bet on. And those damn Super Bowl commercials for Kalshi and like Polymarket and everything was like, hey, do you want to bet on the weather? Hey, how about on the rain? The rain's coming today. You want to bet on it? The temperature? Wow. What about this movie? Do you think this movie is going to do this? What about this TV show? Yada, yada, yada. You can bet on everything. Is that person going to get hit crossing the street? Send us a bet. We'll figure it out.
I bet the sun will come up tomorrow.
And it's just betting. At least with the sports betting, for the most part, normal degenerates like myself, we have to wait till 7 o'clock before the action gets going. You know what I mean? Like, we got to, the games don't really start until 7 or 8 o'clock on the weeknights. Not on Kalshi. You can bet on what the stock market's going to close at. You could get some action right now if you want to go to it.
Well, you can play in the casino anytime you want.
You mean like in real life, like going to a casino?
Or online. You can't do it in Tennessee, but
yeah, I was going to say,
states you can.
Well, I was going to say Tennessee won't let us do that, and I don't think they should. Like, I don't think you should be able to go to a casino on your phone. I don't think that's good for you.
It's probably not. Yeah.
And there's a lot of reasons states don't want casinos moving into their town. Hell, the Dallas Mavericks are going to have to sell their team. The owners of the Dallas Mavericks have decided, hey, we don't want this team anymore, because the only reason they bought the Mavericks a couple of years ago was that they wanted to pressure Texas into giving them a new stadium, a new arena, but also like a casino in Dallas that was going to let them have a big resort that let them do everything. And Texas is like, nope, not getting a casino. So now the owners who gave away Luka Doncic are like, you know what? Well, actually, we want to sell the Mavericks back to Mark Cuban and people. That way we can maybe get involved in this new Vegas team that's coming in a couple years. We want out of Dallas because Texas is like, we don't want casinos. We don't want people just being able to go and sit down and gamble all this money all the time, which we probably shouldn't.
I imagine they'd be pretty big if they built them in Texas.
Bubba, do you have anything you wanted to add? You looked like you wanted to say something.
I was going to say, gambling apps, casinos, not the worst thing. I wouldn't mind playing a little craps every now and then without having to go to an actual casino.
Sure. Tennessee's not going to let you do it, and I doubt they ever do, at least until they get like actual physical casinos in town, and I don't think they're going to do that anytime soon. Who knows? Maybe up in Sevierville, behind where the old Smoky Stadium used to be, maybe the Harris Cherokee people will be able to put them something there. I don't know.
Be great if we had a casino. I like casinos. They're a lot of fun.
You know, I like casinos too, but whenever I'm up at Cherokee, I look around, I'm like, man, this has got to be tough on the locals. They can just walk here and do this all the time.
Do you ever look at the other people and you're like, maybe I shouldn't be here so much because then I'm going to be them?
Well,
that's how I feel at Shoney's.
Well, I had that feeling on Saturday because I went up on Friday, and then I went back on Saturday morning and was going to throw a little dice before I left, and I got to noticing that I recognized like 4 people that I saw when my mom was there.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, these are just local, or these are just regulars that are always here. And I was like, I don't know if I want to be.
You'll be that guy.
I don't think I will be because I'm 2.5 hours away, and I don't like going every day.
2.5 hours? Is that how long it takes to get over there?
Really, it's like 2 hours and like 5 minutes, depending on the traffic and everything.
I never thought of it like that.
It's only like 90 miles. It's not far at all.
Well, anytime I've ever gone, I've taken the mountain route, so I don't even think about the time.
Nah, if you go up Interstate 40, over Interstate 40, across Interstate 40.
Yeah, you got to go nearly to Asheville, don't you?
You got to go exit 20.
Yeah.
So, 20 miles past the state line. So, it's, not
That's
super
where
far.
you get off to go down.
Yeah. But hell, our East Tennessee people, we got, we don't have it in Tennessee, but we got the Bristol. We got the Bristol casino up there right across the state line. It's not very far either.
Yeah, it's okay to do when you're young, but then, it gets to a point where you feel like you're you're becoming that person. That's just who you are.
Or maybe it's okay when you're older and you got more money and free time. Hell, I don't know those people's story. Maybe they're retired and rich and don't care. I don't know.
They just like having a good time. That's what it comes down to. Three top 7 college basketball teams lost last night.
We'll get Sam's SEC recap. We'll look around college basketball. Then Bubba has some overrated, underrated for us. Stick with us right here on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka. Sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced. Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service, 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Hip, hip.
Three top 7 teams went down last night in college basketball. You could extend it a little bit, make it 4 of the top 11 with Miami taking down North Carolina. That Purdue-Nebraska game was pretty crazy with a sad anticlimactic finish with Nebraska falling at half court down 1. Apparently that was right where Purdue huddled. Do you think maybe Purdue players maybe were raking some sweat off their legs or dropping a little water there just to say, hey, they're probably going to take the ball here as they're dribbling up? Slipped and fell as it slipped out of Nebraska's hands. Been kind of fun watching Nebraska be good at basketball. They stormed back, had a huge comeback. They were down like 22?
I didn't watch a second of basketball last night.
You didn't watch a second of basketball? You're my basketball guy.
I mean, I touched down in Nashville at 4:00, and then I had to drive back here.
Yeah.
You touchdown in Nashville?
Hell, I thought Tennessee was playing last. I had my days mixed up. My brain was scrambled.
This guy
It was
doesn't
8
know
o'clock.
anything.
I was like, oh, God, Tennessee.
This guy doesn't know anything. Well, Nebraska, I want to say, was down 22 with like 7 minutes left or something, and then absolutely stormed back and made a big, huge comeback, but then ultimately still fell short in overtime, which has got to be a bad feeling to make that big comeback. And I mean, it wasn't that drastic with 8 minutes left, but they were down 12-minute mark or so.
This is completely off subject from what you're talking about, but I just saw that the Chiefs last year were 1-9 in one-score games, and the year before that they were 11-0.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The pendulum swings.
That's crazy.
Mike Vrabel and the Titans, they lived like that. They lived that way during their good years of winning a whole bunch of close games. Then it flipped that one year where we lost 7 games in a row and we couldn't win a close game. So like
from 11-0 to 1-9 is crazy.
Well, add it up. What's that say?
That's their record. I mean, that's
well, no. I'm just saying, add 11-0 to 1-9. That's 12-9, which is basically about where the average should be. So like it all evens out. Like you're supposed to win basically, 50% of those close games, give or take a couple percentage. But yeah,
that's like what we were talking yesterday with roulette and my foolproof method. It doesn't work so good when it's 10 in a row.
Sure.
It's,
yeah. You got to find a way to win a couple of them at some point.
Yeah, you got to have some money.
Iowa State also went down on the road at TCU, and Illinois went down at home in overtime. And then in the SEC, I actually watched quite a bit of this game, Vanderbilt beating Stephen Pearl and Auburn. They lose again.
I was wrong about everything. Screwed up all my parlays. I had Iowa State winning. I had Illinois winning.
Oh, God.
I had Duke covering.
Did you have Auburn winning?
Yeah, in one of them.
You believed in Stephen Pearl?
That's stupid.
I thought you hated Stephen Pearl.
I do hate Stephen Pearl.
You bet on him?
It's just, stupid.
They kind of just got dominated from the get-go.
I'm just stupid. Because I did it during the live line, and it was early. It was tied, 28 to 28 or whatever. And I was like, yeah, let's get better odds on Auburn to win. So, let's go with the home team. Idiot.
Did you have anything on the Hogs?
I had the Hogs winning.
Well, the Hogs took care of business.
Yeah, they beat down LSU.
They killed LSU 91-62, 29-point. Beat them down. LSU feels like they are going to be in the market for a head coach. You would imagine this offseason. Tonight in the SEC, Sam, Tennessee plays tonight. They're at the hump tonight where they take on a Mississippi State team that is 3-7 in the SEC, but 11-12 overall. I thought that spread would be around 8.5. It comes in at 7.5. Tennessee 7.5-point favorites on the road against a pretty down Mississippi State team.
At the hump on hump day. How about that?
Is that good luck or bad luck?
I think it's good luck.
Okay. To be humping on hump day?
I think so. Yeah. I think you want to roll with the hump, It's like they say, if you're drowning, you just want to go with the wave. You don't want to.
If the water's taking you under, you just go under the water. Are you sure that's not quicksand?
Well, no, you don't want to fight it. You don't want to fight the.
Are you sure that's not quicksand?
No, I'm not sure of anything.
Like if you're drowning in water and it's pulling you under, I don't think you should just go under.
No, but you want to go with the current. You don't want to.
Well, those are two different things.
Ride the wave. You've heard the expression, ride the wave.
Sure.
I'm talking riptides, not waves here.
I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but I'm just saying it makes sense to me that to go with the hump on the hump, like ride the hump on hump day.
Ride the wave just kind of means go with the flow, in my opinion.
Well, maybe that's what it means.
But yes,
Bubba, do you have any?
You're not supposed to be swimming hard
Hump
against
the hump.
You should know this, Bubba. I need some help here. Help
Bubba
me
can't
out.
swim. Bubba, as solid muscle as Bubba is, he's like a bulldog. He'd float. He'd sink right down. He ain't got much of a neck. He's just all shoulders and chest,
You can't
brother.
swim?
Honestly, I can't really swim that great.
I told you he couldn't swim. You can look at him. He's
Well,
too
I
thick.
can float and I can get back to shore if you throw me off the boat, but don't expect me to float out there and enjoy it.
Yeah,
It depends on where I throw you off the boat,
He's
whether
too
you'll get to
thick.
shore.
He's fighting for his life out there. If we take Bub out in the middle of the lake, though, and tell him he has to do stuff for us or we're going to throw him overboard, he's going to have to do stuff for us because
What kind of stuff?
He can't swim back. Whatever.
Nah,
if we want him.
I'll become the woman that swims across the channels.
You can't swim. You just said it.
I said I can get back to a boat or a shore.
Not if I drop you
Not
off.
always.
Not if I drop you off in the middle of the damn lake.
I'll figure it out.
You
If
get
not,
there
then I'll
eventually.
die.
Yeah, you better just figure it out and do what we ask.
How far out in the ocean do you think you could be thrown out of a boat and still survive?
Survive for how long? Like to swim back to shore?
Yeah.
I could barely go out further than 50 yards before I'd feel confident.
Like if we're a mile out.
I mean,
oh, you're cooked.
Do I think
100 yards.
Do I think I would have a chance? Like there might be no, I don't really.
One of my buddies in high school had like a miniature sailboat that you could like bring to the beach basically. And this kid, I got in it with him one time and we went so far out there. It was insane. And like, we probably got at least a mile out there.
Ramham.
And one kid that was on it, probably about 750 yards away, just started having like a panic attack. And he jumped in the water and was like, I'm getting to shore. And then
that's not smart.
Probably, 200 yards in, we had to go get him basically.
Ramham.
Yeah, you can die out there pretty easily.
I got too far in the ocean just while just wading in water the last time I got in there. And I don't think I've really gotten back in there since then because, you just start looking around, waves start moving you. And then all of a sudden it was a pretty tough swim back. And, that was just, I can't really judge the distance, but it was not, I could still see all the hotels pretty easily. Like it wasn't super far out, but I said, that's enough ocean for me for my life, I think.
Water's terrifying.
I've gotten out
Kind of
before where you get a little scary. It gets like you're talking about. You get out there a little too far, and you're like, "Oh, we better pull this back in."
Yeah,
it's because you get out there. It doesn't take much. Ryan Mallett, that's he died. Remember him, quarterback for the Pigs.
Yep, that was the last time I did, and I said, you know what? I think I'm good with the ocean now. I
love the ocean. I love swimming in it because it's like a workout. Like when the waves you got to fight the waves. Like you ever notice you feel good after
big old boy like you get out there and have a heart attack though.
I got to show you a video, Cody. There's a guy in Australia who literally fights waves. He
punches them.
It's a great workout.
He goes just like runs into a wave.
Drops.
It's a great workout, and you feel good when you get out because you got all that salt water in your pores.
Just go to the gym and get in the pool. Just swim in the pool.
Not every gym has a pool.
Find you one that does.
I tried.
Cody wants.
I went up to
water,
this National Fitness.
You didn't try it because
I
gave you a free
you
membership.
Cut it off
because you didn't go.
You cut it off.
You didn't go. I gave you. I was literally giving Cody a free membership because it was free.
I scared the kids.
It was free for me to add him, Sam.
I scared the kids.
Shout out to the YMCA because I was like, you know what? This is my heterosexual life mate. And how much is it to add him? I was like, oh, it's actually free.
Awkward.
You get to add 2 people. So I said, here, I'm going to add Cody McClure to my pass. That way he can come swim because he keeps saying he doesn't want to work out. I don't want to lift weights, but I would like to swim. I said, well, here, I'm going to get you a membership. Come swim. And I think he went, twice?
I scared the children. I didn't know that they had like special swim lessons going on. And the damn lifeguard didn't tell me anything. He didn't tell me anything. He watched me walk in, take my shirt off, and jump in the pool before he said anything. I'm in the pool, getting ready to do a couple of laps. As I get in the pool, the guy tells me, hey, pool's closed right now. We got these kids are getting ready to do their lessons. And I was like, did you not watch me walk in here, take my shirt off, sit my shoes down, empty my pockets, and then get in the pool before you tell me? Could you not have told me when I walked in? Could you not have said something then?
But that was it?
Yeah. I was like, okay, I'll get out of the pool.
You got so embarrassed you never could come back.
Yeah, I was like, I'm never coming back.
You couldn't come back and face this high school lifeguard? You let him punk you out of your whole entire existence?
I said, I'm never coming back here. I'm never doing this again. So I went over to the National Fitness Center over here. You know what they charge?
You don't want to go there, brother.
You know what they charge?
I know they're expensive. I know they'll get you in a 3-year contract.
It's like I went in there one day.
$80.
Yeah. I laughed him out of the building.
It is nice in there.
I was getting my tires rotated at Walmart,
Uh-huh.
and so I just walked up the hill right there and walked over, and I was looking for something to do. I was curious. I was like, I wonder what they got a pool here. I like pools. Like, what's a membership? And the guy's like, yeah, well, we start out with plans. If you do this, and that, $65 a month. I said, all right, see ya. He's like, well, sir, don't you want to? No. I'm good. No, thanks. $65 a month.
And pretty sure they still do like a 3-year contract too. Like you got
kiss my ass,
and they never let you out of them.
Yeah.
But again, I gave you a free membership to go swim.
I
You
don't
had
want
it.
to swim there. I don't want to swim there. And another thing I've decided
Let's
is
go out to the river. You live down next to the river now. Just hop in there and swim.
don't tell people where I live. Another thing
Next to the river, I think there's a lot of options there next to the river.
I don't want people to know that I have a waterfront property.
I don't think I told anybody. I mean,
I'm supposed to be associated as kind of blue collar, like common man. You're kind of the wine and cheese elite kind of guy.
Yeah, the guy going into National Fitness to try to buy a 3-year
and
membership.
declining because the price is too high. I don't need people knowing I got waterfront property. Okay?
Just get the river and just swim. It'll be fine.
I've decided I don't like swimming indoors. Isn't an indoor pool kind of gross? Have you ever really been in an indoor pool and thought, I like this, you know?
Yeah, when I was a kid.
No, they're
great.
cool. They're awesome.
Well, that's the thing. They're for children. That's another thing. And that's when you go to the Y.
Or competition. I mean, like the Olympics, they swim indoors. Like in the Summer Olympics, they keep them indoors.
It feels
okay,
like
so you either have to be a child or you have to be an Olympic.
But you got to be swimming laps, which is what you were trying to do.
But you don't want to just
you were
some
trying,
fat guy.
You were trying to swim laps.
You don't want to be.
That's what the indoor pool is for.
They're too steamy and moist and more like it's
too wet. It's too wet in the indoor pool.
Well,
Is that what you're
you don't
saying?
get that feeling when it's outside with the natural air. But
I get what
when it's
Sam-
all just trapped in there. It's like you're in a human terrarium.
You're spot on, Sam.
It's the smell
You're
for
spot
me.
on.
To me, it's all the chlorine you smell.
That too.
That's the problem for me. That's
you
what I
don't
don't
smell
like
that
about
at
it.
an outside pool.
You feel the mold in the air at an indoor pool.
That's why you got to get out and shower on the natural shower. I did like that. I used to swim some laps back in the day, but then I get water in my ear, and I got bad ears. So I said, my days of swimming might just be done.
We went to a cabin over the summer for our draft party.
Yeah.
My buddy got us a house.
You hear that?
with a
Mr.
pool.
Everyday Man that doesn't – he wants to be like you commoners. He goes and gets a cabin for his draft party. So
my buddy gets us
with an indoor pool, by the way.
Well,
with an indoor
I got to
pool.
say, I was pretty disappointed when I found out it had an indoor pool. And you know what? The pool didn't get used because it was indoors. Nobody really likes an indoor pool.
They do in December.
Sure, in December.
Well, yeah.
But this was August.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it was a good idea in August.
Nobody wants an indoor pool. You're supposed to be in the pool when it's summertime and you're outside. It's supposed to be a vibe. There's no vibe in an indoor pool.
Indoor pools, overrated. Sam, hit the music. Bubba's got some topics. Go, go, go.
Yeah.
Overrated. Very overrated. It's overrated. Overrated, my friend.
Overrated. I'm going to tell you why. I think that's a solid rated right there. It's perfect rated.
He underrated, man. He has some swag. He has some real swag. Lobsters are underrated. They don't die.
Hola, mis amigos. ¿Cómo está? Me gusta Bad Bunny y Karol G.
Punta Gordo.
Y Kanye West. Y Luke Combs. Hello there, gentlemen. As we rapido this overrated and underrated on that stall, really quick, Patrick Swayze, overrated, underrated.
Can't speak ill of the dead, Bubba.
You can.
Patrick Swayze is a real looker. I got to say, I saw a picture of him pop up of him learning how to dance from his mama. He did look like his mama, but I was like, man, this guy's handsome. This guy's a stud. Is he any good at acting? I don't know. Because when I think of Patrick Swayze, I think of some pretty bad movies. I think of, Dirty Dancing. I don't think he was necessarily like winning an Oscar for that. You know what I mean? But I think back to Red Dawn, where he's trying to fight the Russians. And I feel like it was just pretty cheesy, and he wasn't very good at acting in that one either. Roadhouse was pretty dumb. He's just whipping ass and
ripping throats out.
Yeah, ripping throats out. But I don't feel like he was really acting. Ghost, he was pretty good in Ghost. I don't know if I thought he was good in Point Break or not. I thought that movie was kind of dumb, but overall, Patrick Swayze, a handsome fella, a handsome devil. I'll give him that, but probably overrated.
I wish you guys had told me that I looked like a fat Hitler with my hair on the camera.
Well, I wouldn't have gone with...
you don't have the mustache for it, so...
The mustache is more important. You do look fat. We did tell you that. I told you very clearly that you looked really fat.
Yeah, but there was this little bang hanging.
The hair, the comb over is not a good look for you.
Nothing's a good look.
You look like a fat 7-year-old kid that your mom's making you go to church, so he's combing your hair over. That's what you look like.
Yeah, nothing looks good.
You need to just shave it and maybe lose a couple pounds.
I need to just jump off a bridge. Patrick Swayze, I don't care.
I feel bad for anybody underneath you.
I don't give a damn about Patrick Swayze.
All right.
I wouldn't jump onto the road. I'd jump in the water.
There might be a boat coming under. There might be a boat past at that time.
Could you imagine? What a way to go out. Just having your boat sunk by a 340-pound suicide jumper.
340.
Yeah, that's about right. 343, maybe.
You know what? The Outsiders was pretty cool, though. I did like that one from Patrick Swayze. He had some good movies.
I don't know anything about Patrick Swayze.
You never seen Dirty Dancing?
No.
Nobody puts blank in the blank. Have you heard that?
Fish in the barrel?
Sam, nobody puts blank in the blank.
Sorry, what? Oh, I was listening.
Dirty Dancing, an iconic quote.
Nobody puts
blank in the blank.
Harry in the
Bubba.
Sally.
Nobody puts Harry in my Sally.
Nobody puts
salt in my sugar.
Mustard in the potato salad.
Nobody puts blank in the blank.
The Mars bar in the pool. No, that's Caddyshack.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Baby in the corner. Never heard that? No one puts baby in the corner?
No.
Probably
Cookie dough. Not. It's a very good movie.
What?
Probably not a very good movie.
Dirty Dancing? Yeah. I don't know if it's good or not. I know girls like it.
And I don't know.
I know Time of Your Life's a good song. Time of My Life. And the dance is iconic. I mean, Patrick Swayze does have some moves. I'll give him credit for that.
I say we Swayze on to the next topic.
Cookie dough.
We're trying. Oh, cookie dough. I don't like cookie dough. I don't like it at all. Makes you sick. Then they try to do like the cookie dough type of ice cream and stuff. I'm good on that. Bake it all the way or just throw it away. Leave me alone.
You don't like anything.
I like Dirty Dancing. All right. I thought that was good. I like Bad Bunny. You got mad at me for liking Bad Bunny. I can't win with you. The things I do like, you get mad at me for liking.
You don't like anything I like.
I don't get mad at you for liking them.
Yeah, you do.
No, you want to eat cookie dough? Eat all the
you don't like the things I like.
Eat all the raw cookie dough you want, brother.
I don't really like it. I mean, I don't not like it, but it is very overrated. There's nothing. What's the appeal of cookie dough? I mean, the first time I had cookie dough, I remember being a kid eating it out of that tub and just being like, well, because we used to sell it. We used to have these campaigns.
We did too,
where we had to sell it
for football.
Yeah, and I ended up just eating my supply, but
I did get left with my supply all the time too, because my dad would just sell them all to people at the stock barn, and they just like, here's $20, and then I'd get all the cookie dough, and like no one would ever want it. So I had like just cases and cases and cases of it, which it did lead to me making a lot of cookies when I was
I would eat it out of the tub with a spoon if I had a spoon handy. If not, I'd use my fingers, and I liked it, but it didn't do that much for me. I guess I would still say I liked it. Like if you gave me a cup of cookie dough and said, eat this, I'd eat it, but I wouldn't be like over the moon about it. I'd rather have the baked cookies.
Okay.
I go overrated.
I concur.
Now the whole sickness part, that doesn't happen. You can have a little raw egg in your life. It ain't going to hurt nothing.
Amen to that. Go up next, coffee tables.
I mean, it's nice to have a table, in your in your living room. It's nice to have one. Although I fell into one and I almost cut my eyes out. You seen this big scar? I fell into a coffee table here, about to cut my eyes out.
I thought that was just your eyebrow.
Look how close I was to not having an eye. So I don't like coffee tables. Who the hell sells round like this points? These points are dangerous. We need to round this off a little bit.
Are you getting that feedback?
Yeah, I am. Let's go to break. Last call on the other side.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Citizens National Bank.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Last call here on the program, wrapping up this Wednesday show. Are you concerned at all? You're going to get this dog in trouble. She's not supposed to be in here.
She's never been on camera.
No, she is a cutie. You're going to get her in trouble.
Go on, Alex. Go on.
You can't, you pet her?
Yeah, she's just here now.
You gave her a taste of stardom. You can't kick her out now. Look what you did.
She's just hanging out now.
Look what you did. Any level of concern about the basketball game tonight, Sam? Is there anything Mississippi State does well that Tennessee should be worried about?
Had we had beaten Kentucky, I'd probably be a little nervous about this game, honestly, for like a hangover spot. But
sure.
If this team's got any fire in their belly, they're going to go out there and win this game.
Yeah, it's kind of how I feel. Like, really is spot on in terms of the letdown mentality versus like Tennessee should come out completely focused. Rick Barnes, you get an extra day of rest. It's not like you're having to travel and do it on Tuesday. You get a Wednesday. You would hope that the guys that played poorly against Kentucky are kind of motivated and locked in, which means that you hope that Tennessee's big guys are actually good around the rim and finish some shots. You would hope that Jacoby Gillespie does come out and score 25 points tonight.
Their big men aren't very good either.
Right.
So, I think you should be able to kind of get back on the right track, hopefully.
I'm not going to act like I've watched any Mississippi State games, but I imagine it's just, when I think of them, I just think of the Josh Hubbard kid.
Yeah. Jaden Epps too, but
let Hubbard shoot 25 times and see if he gets hot. That would be if you ask me if I have any concern, it would be just him going out of his mind. And I don't know if Tennessee has a shutdown defender. That to me has been a question with this team all year, is just, do we have – I know we don't have Jemai Mashak, but like you know what I'm talking about. The last couple of years, you could throw Jemai Mashak or Zakai on a guard and be like, hey, go make their life hell, and you could most of the time take them out of the game a little bit. I don't feel like neither Gillespie nor Boswell really has that in them. Now, Boswell's a good defender, don't get me wrong, but he's not a shutdown defender just yet. But also important to keep in mind, I heard Bob say this stat on the drive yesterday, but like when you're talking about Jemai Mashak, it's important to remember like how many minutes he played as a sophomore. and I want to say, let me make sure I'm checking this right before I give it to the audience. But I want to say Bob yesterday said that Jemai Meshack only played like a total of like 5 minutes his sophomore year. Does that sound right to you, Sam? It sounded crazy to me when I heard it.
I think freshman year, maybe you would
freshman
say.
year, maybe.
Yeah, 5 a game is freshman year.
Okay, yeah,
maybe more of an 18 a game guy.
What the hell is Bob talking? Did I completely mishear Bob yesterday? Because I went to check it out at Smoky Mountain Brewery.
Maybe you meant 5 points. He was only 5. He only averaged 5 points a game his sophomore year.
No, because he only averaged 6 his senior year. What did Bob say? I'm sorry for misquoting Bob because now he's gotten pulled into this. Never mind that whole entire point. Because Meshack started 13 games his sophomore year. I was going to say it's important to keep in mind that Boswell still got some time to grow as a defender, but no, I guess Meshack was just a killer from day one. Never mind. Forget it. But Boswell's not the shutdown defender Jemai Meshack is. What the hell was that? Did I hear Bob say yesterday?
Were you on drugs?
I was sitting there enjoying an LIT with William, but I was not on drugs.
It's kind of a drug.
Marcus did bring me the LIT, so there is a possibility he slipped something in because he did not think that your joke about him living there was very good. And he said that he also tried to text you and you haven't responded to him.
I responded to him.
He said, I was trying to get together and play some basketball or football with him.
I responded to Marcus. I said, we'll get together sometime. And then
he said, it didn't seem like he actually had any interest in really doing that.
I said, yeah, we'll get some games in sometime.
He told me that, but then he didn't ever.
He said, hell yeah, dude. Definitely down. Let me know when you got time and I'll hang out.
Should go swimming together.
May need to stop by and see you
Outdoors.
at the station sometime too.
They need to be outdoors. We don't need that must being trapped inside of a petri dish.
Yeah, I was going to say when you were out in the last commercial break, we need to keep this door open a little more often. It's kind of our room over here kind of smells musky.
I don't really have any smell, to be honest.
You don't have any smell?
I'm not saying I don't smell. I'm saying I don't have really the ability to smell.
Oh, well, it smells kind of musty in here.
Okay, it might be me. I don't know.
I'm not saying that for sure, but I did shower yesterday.
Yeah. What kind of shoes you wearing? You still wearing the shoes?
They're new shoes, brand new.
Let me see 'em.
First day wearing them.
Let me see.
They're Brooks.
No, those are are those new?
They are new. I told you they're new.
Are you sure they're new?
Yes, they're not the stinky pair, if that's what you're referring to.
Okay.
I mean, you did just bring a puppy into the studio.
I didn't bring the puppy into the
studio. And that's part of the reason we can't keep the door open because he invites guests in and he starts wandering. And if I open the door, Cody starts wandering out. The dog starts wandering in. It's a whole thing.
I think what it is just we don't get enough airflow in here. And there's a lot of men in this room on a daily basis. A lot of dudes over here.
Did we miss anything important today?
Yeah,
Bubba?
absolutely. The Norwegian biathlete admits to cheating on his girlfriend. Apparently, she's responded.
How did that not end up in headlines? Why have your headlines gotten so bad that we didn't talk about this Olympic hero winning a bronze medal and getting on there in front of the whole world and talking about cheating on his woman? How he met the love of his life 6 months ago, made a terrible mistake 3 months ago, and basically admitted to the whole entire world. And then later was like, you know what? I probably shouldn't have done that, but I was hoping that maybe she would see how much she meant to me.
We probably could have got that in the first hour too. Like, I wouldn't say it's all my fault, like when we talked all the Lady Vols.
Well, first of all, you brought the Lady Vols to start the show. That was you.
But we probably spent too much time on it.
Well, I was talking just Tennessee sports. You kept bringing it back to the Lady Vols. Again, remember that.
I'm just saying we could have squeezed this in
and
somewhere.
No, that's tailor-made for headlines, not really a whole segment.
Theoretically. Somebody should have told me about it.
Where's the laptop I bought you? Where's that at? Because that was supposed to be to help you with headlines.
I have it.
Well, can you bring it and use it?
Well, I was leaving it here, but then it got lost in the move, and then I
need you to bring it in. It's a work computer. It's not for you to have at home to watch your nasty videos on. I need you to have it for headlines. Bring your laptop back because your headlines have been all over the damn place.
My headlines are fine. You
all over the damn place.
Mind your own.
The Tony Basilio Show coming up next.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.